Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant miles in the open road. I got the throttle wide open.
Good evening, everybody. Live tonight from Kansas Speedway out in Kansas City. This is the Josh White Racing League Esports Truck Series. Tonight, you're going to see 167 laps here. We figured it out on a calculator, 250 miles. Be legit, 250.5 miles. I'm Ray Richer. I'll be your host this evening for 167 laps. Right now, we're doing qualifying, and that is 10 minutes until we go green. So again, 52 seconds into this qualifying session. No one has hit the track just yet. It's a nice, cool night here in Kansas. 85-degree track temperature is 86, and winds are only 18 miles an hour. Nice, cold track. I did a few little laps myself, by the way, out there earlier. And, man, you can hold it right to the floor about 5 laps all the way around this puppy without a problem. And as you see right now, tire window's about 20 to 23 laps. Fuel's about 25. Pit road speed, an almighty slow 45 miles an hour. So these guys are going to have to be real careful coming into the pit. You're going to see a lot of guys under green flag pit stops trying to get that truck slowed down as quick as possible. Again, qualifying underway right now. Nobody has hit the track yet. Plenty of time left. 8 minutes to be precise, 8.28. So we do see one guy out there right now. That's the 45 machine. We're going to see if we can get another. Andrew Narvio, by the way, first lap so far, best at 31.958 out on the track. He's got one in this books. He is right now second to Ashley Dotson, who is 31.847. Ashley Dotson, our Aussie tonight. Again, 14 hours ahead of us, but able to take and keep his morning coffee right there alongside him while he's out there spinning some laps around the track. Second lap for Andrew Navarro. Navarro takes the top spot right now, 31.409, but plenty of time to go. Plenty of guys to get out there on the track. Again, I'll be your host tonight, as well as filling in for Wesley Outland tonight. Wesley's out on assignment in Ohio. Will be Robert Graham McFarland. McFarland in the 0-1. He'll be out qualifying shortly. He'll be our in-race reporter, as well as jumping up here in the booth from time to time. So, Robert, good luck tonight, as well as all the other competitors. 29, Nicholas Sacco, one of our guys in the top 5 to top 10 most of the time at most of these races every Friday. Out there on the track right now, able to put out his first lap. We're going to see where that ends up. Right down to the grass he'll go, across the stripe the first time around. Mr. Sacco, second right now, fastest to Andrew Navarro, 31.415, only 0.6 of a second separates the top two. But I believe Sacco, yep, that is his last lap, second out of 2. Ashley Dotson, as I mentioned earlier, our Aussie there, out of Australia.
Sounds good.
Now. Yep, Robert, I didn't realize you were in here. Sorry about that.
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Go right ahead.
Yes, sir. Sounds good, Ray. It's great to be back with you in the booth here. I'm going to be going back and forth, doing a little bit of racing. I'm going to be getting me a qualifying lap here in just a minute. Again, we want to thank Michael D'Amico with Max Speed TV. That's where you can see all these great camera angles that is unmatched on iRacing and on broadcasting. Kansas Speed are real quick fans for all you that are watching tonight. It's a 1.5 tri-oval track in the Village West area near Kansas City, Kansas. It was built in 2001. It currently hosts 2 annual NASCAR race weekends. The IndyCar Series also held races at this track until 2011. The Speedway is owned and operated by International Speedway Corporation. This has got a capacity of 48,000 fans in real life when we're not in the COVID. It also has got quite a few other drivers who have got their first wins here at Kansas. It's one of those tracks, Ray, where the groove typically is near the top of the track, but here on iRacing, that may not be the case tonight.
Yeah, but the track's so cold as it is, these guys will keep it to the bottom, at least into the second groove. There are going to be guys that hit the high groove. Of course, you can see on the walls a lot of that rubber off of a lot of tires, and that's where you're going to come out of the turns most of the time and get up as high as you can. Billy Smith right now on the 89 machine. He's out there running his laps. I believe that's his second lap down. The 89 ends up right now in the 10th place spot. Only 10 guys at this point has been taking time. Andrew Navarro still on top. And one of the new guys there, Brett Bonner there in the 20 machine, he has ended up in third and only separated between the amount of 70 thousandths between the top to third. And Andrew Hurley on the track right now in that number 3 machine. Andrew Hurley, one of the guys that unfortunately wrong place, wrong time sometimes with what happens to him. But past few weeks he's had some pretty good luck out there with that 3 machine right now. Out on what I believe is his first lap. It's kind of hard to tell when we go to him, but regardless, we are out here right now, and he goes down to the bottom, doesn't go down below the apron, which is an unusual move, but That'll give him a little bit more room to get some speed up. Let's see, that'll put him, taking a look on the list right now, he has not officially made a lap. Apparently he may have touched the wall, or that may have been his warm-up lap. Very difficult to tell. I believe he may have touched the wall somewhere. Did not count that lap. And his second lap around, obviously, doesn't show a position right now on your screen, and that will soon to be changed. He's running that high side, still in the throttle. He'll come down a little bit lower. I think he's going to hit the apron this time. No, sir. He'll take and keep it to the second groove, and that'll put Mr. Hurley. He does score a time this time. Mr. Hurley, 13th right now, 31.938. Everybody right now still in the 31s. Billy Smith, though, with the 89 machine in the 33s. Derek Mullins, number 2 machine, one of our top 10 guys most of the time each week. He's out there doing his qualifier right now in the Fitzgerald green and black. Looks to be a Chevy from here. Could be incorrect. No, Toyota. Got to get that front nose shot so we can see what's going on. And obviously, he's out there trying to high side, trying to take and get that thing wound up down to the apron. He'll go right towards the grass. If you touch the grass, it does disallow your time, so you got to watch out for that type of stuff, and he did exactly that. Number 2, though, Derek Mullins, 13th. Were they able to take over Brandon Bullock, Ashley Dodson, and Billy Smith? That'll shove them down to the 16th place. Only 3 minutes to go here in qualifying. Mullins on his second lap down the backstretch.
Yeah, some of these drivers, Ray, may wait until the very end of qualifying to take their 2 laps. We are in the evening here at Kansas. Been a hot day out there today, but the track is cooling down every single minute that goes by. Some of these drivers are going to wait and sneak out there, probably try to put in a fast lap right before qualifying's over.
And one of the things that just happened, Andrew Hurley, by the way, second lap. He did get a second lap in. That must have been his warm-up lap. The second lap, 7th place right now, 31.470. We're watching the 19 of Derek Fulton, one of our great battlers out here in the Josh White Racing E-Truck Series. They'll get out there, warm-up lap right now, position 16th. That will be the first lap he's been around. That does post a time. He isn't in the 31s, just like a lot of these guys, 31.750. Down the backstretch he'll go, still getting up that speed with that 19 machine. Actually, a beautiful paint scheme on that truck tonight. It looks like a little bit of a light blue with orange. It's got the Coyote and a Roadrunner on it, trying to see what we got for a sponsorship. We'll check it out a little later. He goes down right now to the apron, right close to the grass. That's where you want to be, and the 19 ends up 11th at this point, just outside the top 10. He'll start on the outside of the 5th row. Actually,
yeah, Ray,
wind down. Go ahead, buddy.
Yes, sir, Ray. Another thing, fans, thanks for joining us tonight. We have a very special, unique race tonight. We have got one of our fans, who has put up a $200 bounty for any driver in the field tonight to beat the 4-time in a row race winner. That would be Garrett Maines.
Yes, sir.
So Garrett Maines is going to be starting from the back of the field. He is one of the top iRacers in the world. Top 50, maybe top 25. We're very, very thankful to have him in our series. And this gentleman is going to be going through the field, trying to get back up to first to win this race, which would put that $200 bounty to next Friday night, fans, which is when you want to join us for that one. But if not, you're going to see these guys fighting it out, duking it out up front to win this race in front of Garrett Maines.
Yeah, so that's what it comes down to. Now, if Garrett spins out or anything, but as long as you take in and beat Garrett, I think if he spins out or if he wrecks, that may be a liability to go on next week, because obviously I'm thinking it wouldn't be fair there. We didn't really lay down the ground rules for that just yet. But again, we're going to see exactly what happens 50 seconds to go before we go green and get the lineup going here for you tonight. But again, Garrett Maines will not be qualifying this evening. He will start in the back of the pack. And again, a $200 bounty on our number 1 driver here, which actually is number 1 in our series. Number 1, obviously, truck that is. And again, Garrett Maines, going to keep an eye out for him tonight, and usually he'll come right through that field when he starts 3/4 or even to the back. Really good, knows how to handle himself out there. Again, you're watching the Josh White Racing Esports Truck Series live tonight from Kansas Motor Speedway. 19 guys right now have taken qualifying times, and we'll run down your lineup once we get things run out. We just got 10 seconds left, and we'll get guys lined up for position. 167 laps around 1.5 miles track, 250.5 miles tonight. And I believe they've got a limited set of tires. I think they said it's about 3 sets. But I could be incorrect on that. Don't quote me. I have to check that out. But actually, I can do that while we're getting ready for the lineup. All music tonight, by the way, performed by Madison Rising. That was our national anthem in the beginning. taking a look now, no, sir, I do not see anything different. It is unlimited tire sets, so no matter what, everybody can use as many tires as they want. They do have one fast repair. There is no incident limit, so we'll be able to take and, they can knock them all over the place, but they'll have to reset their trucks whenever they get damaged pretty badly. So we'll get the grid lined up here and get things underway. You're starting tonight, your starting field for the Josh White E-Series 167 at Kansas City. On the pole right now on the inside, the 45 driver of Andrew Navarro. Outside of him, the 29, one of the winners we've had here a couple times, Nicholas Sacco. Inside row 2 would be the number 2 truck of Derek Mullins. Outside of him, one of the new drivers here, the Josh White Esports Truck League, Brandon Gagnon in number 83. Michael Jeans in the 08 will start on the inside of... on the outside of Brandon Gagnon. I ended up skipping a row there. Inside row, no, Jeans is on the inside row 3. Okay, I'll get this right, guys. Sorry about all that. Inside row 3, Michael Jeans. Outside of him, Michael Adamson. Inside the next row in the 7th place, Matthew Lee. Jason Maines, actually the father of Garrett, will be on the outside of him in 8th place position. Andrew Hurley on the inside, 9th. Barrett Bowner in the 10th place position. Barrett, by the way, welcome to the league, one of our new guys tonight. Derek Fulton in the 19, just outside the top 10, will start 11th. Raul Mazel will start in the 12th position. Jason Keffer in the 13th. Mr. William Locklear, another new guy here for the series tonight, in the 14th position. Eric Zimmerman will start 15th. Chris Baines in the number 54 will be 16th. Brandon Bullock in the 17th position. Ashley Dotson, the Aussie here in the 07 machine, will be in 18th. Billy Smith in the 19th. Garrett Maines, starting from the back in the lineup, will be in the 20th position. Christopher Williams will be in the 23rd. 24th will be Jonathan Jones. Robin McFarland will be 23rd. Actually, we got the lineup a little bit screwed up here. Cindy Windsor will be in the 25th position. With that all being said, your lineup incomplete. We'll get them rolling out here. At least one warm-up lap before we go green. Again, we appreciate you joining us here tonight from Kansas Motor Speedway. Garrett Maines is on the point. Actually, excuse me, Garrett Maines will start 23rd. My apologies. On the point, the number 45 machine. I don't have an update on my screen just yet. So the 45 machine will start out front. 29 of Sacco on the outside. Andrew Navarro, by the way, that's who that is. We're going to get them warmed up here and get them loose. Next time, the pace car lights are off. We're going to double them up on the backstretch. We will check in periodically with our in-race reporter. That's a 01 of Robin McFarland in the Abruzzi Motorsports General Lee-looking machine. Again, pace car lights are off, and he is off and gone. The first start always has to be on green. So as the pace car goes down, green flag is out, and we're underway here for 167 laps of racing. Navarro's on the inside, already about a half a truck length ahead. He's got Sacco right there, and another shove from the 89 of Billy Smith. Smith almost loses it to the bottom. I believe we got a number issue with that. That'll hold up everybody from behind them, but the top two will pull away. 45 right now of Andrew Navarro down the backstretch. A little help from Grafton, help from Nicholas Sacco. Derek Mullins is showing in the 3rd place position. Brandon Gagnon, by the way, was the 83 who slipped down on the apron, held everybody up. He is in the 3rd place position right now. Apron's not off limits. These guys can go down by the grass all they like down the front stretch. As they get back in 3rd place, we are watching that 83 of Brandon Gagnon being taken and chased by Mike Adamson in the 46. Everybody single file all the way back to at least the 20 of Barrett Bonner. Bonner right now on the inside of the 08 of Michael Jeans. Jeans to the high side. It's just a drag race down to 3. Mike, to let you know, the Discord has froze up on my end, your feed. Navarro still out front right now. Sacco right behind him. Still holding on to that 2nd place. He's trying to hold at least 3 truck lengths back. Brandon Gagnon there in 3rd place with a challenge from behind. And we're watching the 43 of Jason Maines, the father of Garrett, go to the inside. The 46 of Mike Adamson. Adamson was able to take and hold it off low, but here we go again. The 43 down right in his tire tracks. Single file back to the 20 of Barrett Bonner. Everybody on the low side. Right now, the 43 to the inside of Michael Adamson. Down into turn 143, have a truck length right out there, able to stick the nose out, has got it for a little bit, down to the backstretch he'll go. He's got a small hole, but will not pull up in front of the 46. Now it's a drag race down to turn 4, but the number 83 of Brandon Gagnon still holding on to that third place spot. 43 with the advantage. He'll overtake fourth right now from the 46. And it looks like Bonner wants to take and follow him through, and he'll do exactly that. From behind him, Michael Jean's actually pushing with that little large truck he's got, holding on to like the 7th place spot as I'm watching here. He'll take over 6th. That'd be Michael Jean's in the 08 machine.
Yes, Ray, back on lap 2. Back here in the back of the pack, I saw the 94 and the other car get into a little bit of a contact. No caution came out, but those two drivers are in the back of the pack and just want to get a quick update.
Yes, sir. Brandon Bullock in the 21 is on pit road. I do see the front of that machine pretty busted up. It seems like he's able to roll it. He's not using his quick repair just yet. He's got his right front tires up in the air. They're down. Now the left-hand side with the second can of Sunoco Racing Fuel going in. And he'll take and get down, try to get some of that repair done. Brandon Bullock's night not done just yet. Single file back up front. Navarro out front, Sacco in second, Jason Maines in third. By the way, Jason is catching Sacco when Sacco and Navarro got away with that early lead. Behind him, the 83 of Brandon Gagnon. Behind him, Brett Bonner and Michael Jeans in the 6th place position. Michael Adamson is taken in the 46 machine in 7th. Was able to hold on to that. He got passed by a couple cars, still got his line down, but to the inside now we see Ashley Dotson giving him a challenge from the outside. It's Hurley, 3 wide. They head into turn 2. Hurley right now with the advantage down the back chute.
Yeah, Ray, just so the fans know, we did have a couple of tryout races this last week, and we were able to recruit. They did have to qualify on their skill level. That would be the William Locklear. I think he's in the 4 machine. And also another driver there you just mentioned who's running up front. And these drivers are actually putting on a good show. They did pay their fee. And everybody is shooting to win this race and beat Garrett Maines.
Yeah, this is one of the paid races, a $15 entry fee. The winner does get $125. With that being said, I was watching back to the 6th position of the 08 of Michael Jeans. He come out of turn 4, got right behind the 20 of Bonner, and unfortunately tapped the wall. That kind of put a brake on that truck for a short bit. As we see Garrett Maines, by the way, the one that started 23rd, who has the bounty on his head, has now moved up to the 7th place.
Yes,
see him on the inside there.
Sorry about that, Ray. Michael Jeans is the other driver who did qualify his way in to tonight. And all you iRacing fans, there's a good chance we'll have another tryout race this coming week on Tuesday or Wednesday night. Look for it under hosted sessions.
Michael Jeans, unfortunately, getting pinched against the wall last lap. That slowed him even further down, falling behind the 04, which is Matthew Lee. Matthew Lee right now will shove up to about, let me see, he went across the line. That'll bring up to the 12th place spot. And unfortunately, Michael Jeans shuffled back from 6th to 13th that last lap. That put a brake on his truck there for quite a bit when he pushed it against the soft wall.
Yeah, good news for... Sorry about that. Good news for Michael Jeans. All these drivers do have one fast repair fans. That means they can pull their truck down pit road, hopefully under caution, and they can hit that button and get a brand new truck for the second half or second 2/3 of the race.
Up front one more time, Andrew Navarro with a challenge again from behind by Nicholas Sacco. Jason Maines right behind him, as it has been for a bunch of laps. But it looks like the 20 of Barrett Bonner has actually stuck his nose in there for 3rd. Barrett fighting his way up through the track, but behind him, take a look. We have got Jason Maines and Garrett. Garrett coming up through right now. He is in 5th position, started in a 23rd place, 11 laps into this, and he's made his way up into the top 5 already. So again, this is why the bounty's on this guy and why he's so good. Challenge for the lead. Sicko goes to the bottom. He'll go side by side down to turn 1. The advantage right now is the 45. That's Navarro with a half a truck length ahead of him, but not yet. Down through turn 2 side by side. Navarro will take that momentum to the outside, and he'll bring the 20 of Bonner with him. Bonner taking over the 2nd place spot, but right now the inside is owned by Nicholas Sacco. Sacco actually falls back right now, allows looks like Bonner to take over 2nd, drop down in front of him. They'll go down the front stretch. Bonner right now with a challenge for the lead. Both mains right now, 4th and 5th position, they're going to help each other out with a little bit of drafted help side by side. And we have ourselves a new leader coming out of turn 2. That's a 20 of Barrett Bonner. Challenge Jet back from the 45 with the momentum off the top. They come down the backstretch out of turn 2. And the 45 will retake the lead as they come halfway down the backstretch, but to the inside was there, and now it's blocked. Door was slammed shut by the 45 of Amanda Navarro. Navarro holding on to it, but now the 20 has a challenge by Sacco. Everybody right now is single file. They'll go front stretch, and it looks like the main guys are actually going a little bit lower. They're going to cut off that corner, still keeping that speed. Keep an eye on 4th and 5th place.
Yeah, Ray, my question to you is, what do you think these tires are going to do? This is a very cold track. My truck has not lost a lot of grip, and I'm wondering how these drivers are going to face these pit stops that will be coming up under green or caution.
Well, I took it for a ride a little earlier. By the way, Sacco to the lead. He's overtaking second right now. Down to the inside, he'll go. Nice drag race back to the stripe. Sacco will take over the second place right now. Just a big old group up front and a big old challenge. That's what we got going on. As for the tires, my opinion, I was out there for about 12, maybe 15 laps earlier. I was able to hold onto the floor all the way through lap 8 and 10. And, man, I'll tell you what, these tires are sticking in this cold weather. By the way, Garrett Maines tried it to the outside. He overtook 4th place. Sacco got up a little high, didn't see him there. He pitched him by the wall, but not enough to slow him down too badly. Right now, Garrett Maines in 4th. He is going for that 3rd place spot. And again, that is our bounty guy tonight. First place back to Andrew Navarro. Navarro able to hold on to it right now. And the number 20 of Bonner to the outside, right in his tire tracks. Nicholas Sacco with him. 3 truck breakaway a little bit out front, but Garrett Maines will have none of that. Now it's a 4 truck breakaway. Everybody within everybody's tire tracks. Maines lowering that truck to the bottom line a little bit more than everybody. He'll lose a little bit of ground from kind of lifting early, but again, he'll be able to hold on to that 4th place spot and stick with the top 3. It looks like the 45 of Navarro right down by the grass that time on the apron. Gains about a truck length out of that. Down to turn 1. Now there's a challenge for 2nd place, and it looks like Sacco goes to the outside, and Maines will follow suit side by side down through turn 1. 29 on the high side, 20 on the inside. It looks like Garrett Maines is going to follow him through. Nicholas Sacco takes over 2nd, and Maines will take over 3rd place, but not without a challenge from the 20.
Yeah, Ray, it looks like a green race to me. You never know that. I don't want to jinx it, but these drivers are doing an incredible job of racing clean and having fun, and this thing could go green for a while.
Well, one thing I want to check out with you, Robert, when we have an opportunity, see what you got for fuel mileage. I think right now we're going to at least be able to do 35 laps on fuel, but our tire window is only about 25 laps, so your tires obviously will go away before the fuel will, but these guys up front, I'm telling you, they're putting on a killer show. Andrew Navarro just able to hold on to that top spot. Lost it once with the 20. That was Barrett Bonner in the 20 machine. He's back and forth right now. He's able to hold on to the lead for a short bit. But I'll tell you, Navarro to the outside used to use that momentum with that truck. Just keeps his foot in it and able to hold it right against that wall, taking the Kyle Larson line, if you will. As we see him doing the same identical thing again. He's about a foot from that wall. Sacco a little bit lower, and Sacco gains a little bit away from Maines that time. Maines now about 2 truck lengths back to 2nd place. Sacco goes to the inside. He's got to run the 45. And they'll go door to door down through turn 3. On the high side, the 45 looking to use that momentum again. Cannot hold it right there. It looks like Sacco will kill that momentum with a crossover move. And we got the 20 into the fence. We're not sure exactly what happened back there. They're able to all hold on to it and keep it underway. The 20 now takes the 4th place spot, and the number 1 of Garrett Maines will hold on to 3rd.
Yeah, Ray, it looks like on fuel mileage here, we're about lap 20 in the race. I think I got about 20, maybe 25 laps left. Leaders should have less than that because they're running at such a fast pace.
So we'll be around in the area about 43 laps for our fuel window. And again, another challenge back for the lead. Just fighting to keep over that top spot immediately. And that's the 45 of Navarro to the inside. Sacco got it that time. Sacco able to hold on to it there, almost making it 3 wide with Maines looking to thread the needle coming down through turn 1. Garrett Maines is there, but not enough oomph to get between them. Still a drag race amongst the top 2. Nicholas Sacco to the outside. It looks like the 45 goes to the bottom, and Maines will pull it to the outside using the draft off the 29 down the backstretch and able to take over the 2nd place spot. He's only got 1 more position to go to lead this event.
Yeah, that's what we've been watching, Ray. How long would it take Garrett to get to the front? I got some great news for the fans, and I'm going to report this to drivers in just a second. My sponsor, this is not for public usage, so fans don't listen to this, but we may have to double that bounty if Garrett Maines happens to win this race tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's doing a fantastic job right now. He's only a half a truck length back, as we see from the in-car cam or in-truck cam, have you. He'll go to the bottom side of Sacco. We'll go to the roof cam. It's Michelangelo's painting roof cam over here, looking at the corner of the 29 of Nicholas Sacco. Way to the bottom side, Garrett Maines go. It is door-to-door right now. Nicholas Sacco scored as a leader that time at the stripe, and he has now helped from the 45, and Navarro right behind him, giving him a pretty good push down through turn 2. That'll push him to the lead. That's Sacco, that is. The outside still wide open, as you see the 45 with that momentum, and the draft go down the backstretch, retaking over the second place spot. 1, 2, 3, right down they go. They were in each other's tire tracks. By the way, that's a mouthful as it is. And it looks almost like the top two are getting away, but trust me, don't let that shot fool you. These guys are still fighting it out. As you see, Navarro to the bottom side, Sacco to the top side. Navarro able to take over at that time. Down into turn 1 they'll go. Navarro to the low. He's going to get pressure now from the 29. The 29 with that draft with the number 1. So again, a little payback there. Pushing the 29 to the front. And Maines will follow suit, go with him, and take over the second place spot one more time. Down to the bottom side. The 45 gives a revenge there, though. He'll take and get past the 1 with the momentum and down to the bottom side, shortening it up. A crossover move across the nose of the number 1. They'll take it down to the stripe. Right now, the 29, 45, and 1. That's your top 3.
While we're going green here, it looks like it may be a good chance to take a quick commercial break. That's a good deal with our wonderful cameraman, Michael D'Amico. If so, we'll do a quick commercial break. Be back in just a few. Thanks, fans, for watching.
Rejoin you here at Kansas very shortly, and you won't miss a thing.
I need something faster.
LeithCars.com offers Leith Direct online buying. With no hassle pricing on used cars, I just pick my car and click to buy. They'll even deliver it to me. And if I change my mind in 3 days, I can just bring it back. Leith Direct online buying from LeithCars.com. It's one more reason why it's easier here.
Looking to do something fun, different, and exciting with the family? Experience Friday Night Stock Car Racing, located in South Raleigh at the Wake County Speedway. Wake County Speedway is a quarter-mile banked asphalt facility, providing lots of close racing action. For more information, including the schedule, please visit WCSpeedway.com. Wake County Speedway, America's favorite bull ring.
Up front, not much has changed with the exception of Sacco has pulled away by about 5 truck lengths to Navarro. By the way, Navarro has the number 1 of Garrett Maines right behind him, as we've seen already with before, but these guys have fallen back. Sacco has found a nice groove. In fact, by the way, it was so good that the 45 wanted it. They just about touched doors when we were away, went to the commercial break. Did not touch. That's how good these guys are. But look behind them. That's a 04 of Matthew Lee. We have seen Matthew Lee and Garrett Maines go at it before, and I think we're going to see it again here in the top 4. Right now, Matthew Lee in that 4th place position. We got to go all the way back about another 10 lengths to the 20 of Barrett Bonner, and Bonner able to hold on to the top 5. But staying up here in front right now from the roof cam of Matthew Lee in the 04 machine. He had to work his way all the way up. Started 7th, though. Not too bad. Again, got shuffled back a little bit. Now he's got a challenge to the inside of Maines. If one guy can get that $200 bonus, that'd be the guy right there in the 04 machine. But again, this Andrew Navarro, we haven't seen much of him at all. He's got his Nice Motorsports there on his truck. The watermelon guy is Ross Chastain, one of the, I'm a big fan of Ross Chastain. Pretty good looking truck there. As he eat Florida Watermelon Circle Track Chevrolet makes his way down the backstretch. Again, he's holding on to that second place spot. Not necessarily by inches, but we have a caution first time tonight on the Speedway. I'm looking right now at the 83 of Brandon Gagnon in the 17th place. We're going to keep a look around, see if there's any other damaged trucks. Jason Kepper's got a little bit of rear damage. If we look at Hurley, unfortunately, involved in a wreck as well as Ashley Dotson. We'll back it up here for you and see exactly what happened. The Max Speed TV replay cameras will take and get it over here in the corner. Starting on number 3 of Hurley. As you can see, Hurley goes to the top side. He'll grab the fence a little bit too high in there. Dotson trying to get away from him. Not enough to get around him, but unfortunately both those guys go spinning. And the number 4, as you see here, of William Locklear, just the wrong place, wrong time for the damage. Able to get away from that wreck for a little bit. Oh, and the 46 of Mike Adamson, unfortunately, involved in that. A little bit too much longer. He could have got around it a little bit further, but again, looks like he's hurt. Oh, it looks like Jason Maines might have been involved in that as well. Another camera angle here from Mike Adamson. I don't know why I have so much trouble with his name, Mike, but you know what? We'll get it right one of these times. Adamson. Let's get that right. Here's the wreck happening ahead of him. He'll try to avoid it, getting to the bottom side, but the wreck slowly goes downhill, and he just catches the the right front of the Hurley machine. Back up. He doesn't touch the 4, but unfortunately grabs a hold of that 43 of Jason Maines. A bunch of guys right now coming down the pit road on lap 32. Keep an eye on that Sacco machine. One of the guys that qualified during the top in second. He's in his pit stall right now. Behind him, the number 2 of Mullins. Right side of that truck going up. Down it goes immediately. Over to the other side. These guys run. Get the jack underneath it. Up goes left-hand side. 4 fresh Goodyears as well as 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel. And he'll make it out ahead of the 45. But look at this, Matthew Lee. 4 tires, fuel, and Matthew Lee takes over the second place spot and that 0-4 spot off of pit lane. We'll get your lineup here as these guys come out. We're going to take a look. By the way, a new player in all this. Chris Baines in the 54 showed in 6th place position before that cycle of pit stops. The 54, though, he's started back quite a ways. Now he's back up to the 6th place. Mullins, though, when getting that number 2, he's in 7th behind Baines. And right now it goes. We'll take a look as we cycle back around. That's a problem, Mike. I got to get an updated program. I keep getting the late times on all these guys, but that's all right. We'll keep an eye on things and get them updated as much as possible for you. But I do see Nicholas Sacco back at the point here as we come down across the stripe with the pace car lights still on. Going to be a double file restart once we come back around. Okay, here's your lineup for the top 10 for the restart. Nicholas Sacco, obviously, on the point. Matthew Lee in 2nd. Garrett Maines in 3rd. Andrew Navarro is in 4th. Chris Baines will shift up to 5th from 6th. William Locklear in that 4 truck will take and get up to the 6th place. Derek Fulton in the 19 and 7th. Brandon Gagnon in 8th, who was riding with these guys for quite a while in the top 3, but unfortunately fell back to 8th. Derek Mullins in the number 2 will be 9th, and Ashley Dotson will be 10th. And again, you're watching the Josh White Racing Esports Truck Series here live from Kansas Motor Speedway. Next week, by the way, these guys will be heading to Homestead Miami Speedway, one of the fastest 1-mile flat tracks on the circuit. By the way, it's very, very slightly banked. Now, they got multiple lines of racing. A lot of guys will be up towards the fence, but very hard track to tame. I guess you can call it a bold New Hampshire because it is bent up just a little bit, but New Hampshire is completely flat, and it does take a lot of patience to get around both tracks. But nonetheless, a lot of action coming to you next week.
Yes, right. Thanks. Came down pit road. Got 4 fresh Goodyear Eagle tires and 2 cans Sunoco Racing Fuel here. I moved up a couple of positions. And the race is definitely up front, Ray. You're doing a great job calling it. Michael D'Amico on the camera works doing a great job with the cameras. This restart's going to be amazing. Maybe once it does get going, we can do a crank it up. We know all the fans love that on the restarts.
Yeah, I think we can do that on the next restart. It'd be pretty cool to watch these guys go around and not listen to me for a little bit. You know, keep my mouth shut shortly and listen to these trucks and this horsepower come to life side by side.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Sorry about that, Ray. I did notice there at the end of that run, after about lap 22, the tires really did give away, and my truck was pushing way up to the wall. I had to get out of the gas for a couple seconds at least, maybe 3. Leaders who had really run hard at the front of the run probably had to get out of the gas even more. So tire management is going to be a big deal here. If we go green, obviously we could have more cautions, but fans, you are in for a treat. And we definitely want to make sure you tune in next Friday night because if Garrett Maines happens to win this race, the $200 bounty will be upgraded and rolled over to next week. It could be a $400 bounty.
Nice truck here, Nicholas Sacco. Delapalane Delapolane. I think that's how you say it. Foundation Incorporation. Nice white truck. Not one bit of damage on that thing right now. And he's doing a great job keeping it up front. Pace car lights are finally off. We'll double them up here at the start. Get them wound back up. We already said your top 10. We're ready to go here racing, and we'll do a crank it up as we hit the start-finish line. 21 trucks, by the way, still under motion right now. All the way back to Brandon Bullock, who was unfortunately involved in an early race wreck that did not even actually fend a caution, but he got it fixed, got it back out. Believe it or not, he's down quite a ways. Eric Zimmerman in 20th, 6 laps down. Brandon Gagnon, unfortunately, in that 83 machine, must have pitted again. He is the only truck 1 lap down. Everybody else is up from 19 on up, still on the lead lap. But keep an eye. We may do a crank it up. I may get quiet for a little bit, but here's the deal. Keep an eye on those front 4. The biggest challenge I've seen so far is the number 1 of Garrett Maines against that 04 of Matthew Lee. Again, keep in mind, Nicholas Sacco and Navarro has been putting on a good show, but the past shows that the 04 and the number 1 usually put on a great race when they're side by side. So, again, starting second and third. Here's the way the front row goes. Sacco on the inside, Lee on the outside. Garrett Maines on the inside, and Navarro on the outside. That's your first 2 rows. Pace car lights are off. Sacco can let it loose any time, and he will. And we're going to do a crank it up live here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Never missed a break in the action, and your leader right now is the number 1 of Garrett Maines. Maines found his way up through the field, made it 3 wide, as you saw on the last lap, and held it. It's a 3 wide challenge for second behind him, the 04 of Matthew Lee. It looks like Navarro on the middle and Sacco on the inside. Still 3 wide for just a moment, but now the second place goes to the 04. Make it back to the 45 and Navarro. These guys were rubbing door to door, and Maines flew to the front, immediately got his line, and is not necessarily pulled away, but these guys want a piece of him here from second on back. Navarro takes over the second place spot on the bottom side. Still a challenge on the outside of Matthew Lee. Lee able to hold the top side pretty strong, and we've got a new driver in the mix. That's Chris Baines in the 54 on the outside of Sacco. That is all the way back from the 5th spot. Behind him, the number 4 of William Locklear, one of the new guys tonight in the Josh White Esports Truck League Series. And it looks like the number 4 is hanging on right with these guys. Baines a little bit loose off the corner. He'll go to the top side. Challenge now for second. Still Navarro in the 04, Matthew Lee. Lee right now to the bottom side, but it looks like Navarro way low on the apron. Able to shorten it up. He's got his nose just out ahead of him. He's on the inside of Maines just for that second. The nose is there. Now they are door-to-door coming out of 2, but I believe Maines is going to be able to take that momentum and bring it to the outside. And he'll get a shove from Matthew Lee, and now Lee takes over the second place spot. Down to 3 they'll go. 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 0, 4, 45, and 29. That's Maines, Lee, Navarro, and Sacco. These guys just want to get to the front as quick as they possibly can. It looks like Maines has already done that, and he has got the challenge all the way around this track.
Yeah, Ray, that's incredible. William Locklear is one of the very talented drivers you and I both know for years.
Now, unfortunately, Lee got into the 45 of Navarro. Navarro hit the wall. That took out the right front fender a little bit. That'll shove him back at least to 7th place. It looks like Mullins got around him, and that will be the 6th place. Now our 45 settles in right behind him. That's 7th place. Unfortunately, the right front of that truck is damaged just a little bit, as you can see here on the monitors. I'll call it our camera drone, able to hold up with them, but that is back to 7th place. And unfortunately, Navarro has got to hold on and see if he can get back up there for the challenge. But way back up front right now. Maines out in front to the top side. Now it's Sacco with the challenge on the inside. Both of them have pushers. which that means the number 4 of Lockleader is helping out Sacco. But the 0-4 on the outside is getting help from the 19 of Derek Fulton. By the way, where'd Fulton come from? He was back in the top 10 for most of this night, but now he's up in the top 5. Maine's still able to hold on to that front. These guys are just swapping positions out front. 3 wide now for second place. 4 on the bottom side, that's Lockleader. Sacco comes up in front of Lee. Lee takes the block to the outside. We're 3 wide, and again, coming off a turn 2. Lee on the outside, Sacco in the middle. Number 4 of Lockleader on the bottom right now, all for second place. Lockleader will fall back just a little bit. Lee with the momentum, but again to the low side goes Sacco. Sacco able to hold on behind the number 1 of Garrett Maines. It's a Tonga line to the bottom, but Maines goes to the top for the block of Matthew Lee. Lee threads the needle between him and Sacco for first place. 3 wide at the line. Maines had that line, actually had the lead at the line right there. Huge challenge up front. Now Matthew Lee up front, and he has got it. Sacco's got a chance to the bottom side. Another 3 wide race down the backstretch we go. To the middle, Garrett Maines, he has got the momentum, but no help pusher. Looks like Sacco's getting up behind him and giving him a little bit of a shove, even though it's a truck length back. That does cut the air, and it does help that truck come off the corner. He'll go back up in front of Lee just like he did last time. Lee right now going to the bottom side. Another 3 wide shot again for the lead. Garrett Maines had it that time. Matthew Lee in second and Sacco in third. But here comes a 19 of Fulton for that challenge. When you put up money and you put a bounty on somebody, this is what you get, boys. 45 laps into the 167 total. And right now, here we go. Maines to the bottom side. Looks like Lee on the outside. Lee able to hold on just for a little bit. Taking that momentum to the top. And he looks like he's going to get another block from Maines. Maines come up the track. Same thing as last time. Looks like Lee goes to the bottom. The nose just gets swiped for that number 1 truck. And it looks like Matt Lee led that lap by about an inch, maybe 2, coming down to the stripe. Matthew Lee, our new leader, to the inside. Right now, Maines to the top. And we're going to try and swap positions here because it's usually Lee on the top side, Maines on the bottom side. Maines right now using that momentum off of 2, but we have some shoving room for the 19. That's Derek Fulton pushing Matthew Lee to the bottom side. Lee now come up with a crossover move in front of the 1 of Garrett Maines. Maines has the momentum. Nowhere to go because Fulton's there blocking the lower side. Matthew Lee will take that lap, and it looks like Fulton will take the second place just for that moment at the stripe. Big old conga line of 4 trucks on the top. The 0-4, the 1, and it looks like the 29 of Sacco as well as the 2 of Mullins. Mullins is now joining in the mix, and it looks like there's a whole bunch more coming behind him, including Michael Jeans as well again as William Locklear fighting for 6th and 7th place. Just a whole lot of shaking going on up here up front. Matthew Lee still with the point to the outside. He goes across the nose of number 1 of Garrett Maines to the bottom, able to take the lead that time. To the outside, Sacco. There's room against the wall. He'll take it. The 29 will follow through with the 0-4 of Matthew Lee. To the middle is the 1. And now to the inside. Looks like Derek Fulton's going to take a chance, but not just yet. 2 wide right now for 3rd place spot. That's Maines on the inside. Mullins on the outside. Fulton looking behind him. And we have a new leader pulling out front, and that'd be Matthew Lee with the shover of the 29 of Nicholas Sacco. But Sacco looking to get a lead of his own. He'll go to the outside right now of the 4, as you can see here from the drone cam. That is what you're looking at the back end of the 19, by the way. That is the 19 of Derek Fulton, who was in 5th place. Back up front we go. These two are slowly getting a breakaway. Not by much right now. 3rd place, Derek Mullins behind him. The number 1 of Garrett Maines behind him. Fulton, they're in a little draft themselves to the top side, all running the 3rd groove away from the wall. Top 5 right now, though, with a huge breakaway from 6th place spot. That will be William Locklear with Michael Jeans helping him behind him. If they can form up a little bit closer, they might have a chance of getting to these top 5. But it looks like the top 5 are starting to break away. And everybody right now falls in a straight line all the way back through 12.
Yeah, it looks like, Ray, this draft just coming to play here at Kansas at the trucks. This new model build is very, very incredible. And a lot of these drivers are taking advantage of that draft. Right when the driver gets right on the bumper of another truck, he's not only able to get a faster speed himself, he's able to push that driver, the truck driver, a little bit further than he would by himself.
Our in-race reporter, ladies and gentlemen, the 0-1 of Robert McFarland. He right now lies in the 16th place in that beautiful General Lee 0-1 machine. But back up front, our top 5, Matthew Lee, Nicholas Sacco, Derek Mullins, Garrett Maines, and Derek Fulton. two Derek's spelled different ways, so it kind of screwed me up there, but that's okay. You know what? It makes it even more exciting. As we're watching right now, Garrett Maines, who was in fourth, he's looking to get back to third, using that draft. To the inside of Mullins will go. Mullins will go up the track a little bit. That is a bit of a mistake, because if you think about it, the more straight you go, the better you're going to be, the faster you're going to be. Mullins off the fence, by the way, for a second down there in turn one. We saw the sparks fly off that, too. Trying to hold on to third. He has the momentum, even though he scraped the wall. Got close that time off of two and was able to retake over the third place spot. And the third, fourth, and fifth right now in the line. Maines, though, falling out of that place. He'll go down to the bottom. He'll just touch the apron, come back up to the second groove, using that shortness and the momentum as best as he can to get to the number two. And the number two of Mullins able to hold off in that third place spot. And while all this is going on, our top two have pulled away by just under 3/4 of a second.
And Ray, question comes back in again. Looks like another pretty long green flag run. How are tires going to affect these leaders? And if we stay green, when may they pit again?
Well, I'm thinking right now, because they all pitted around lap 30 when the accident happened, I'm thinking right now around lap 74, somewhere around there. We'll keep an eye out for that. I think that's the fuel run. The tires themselves, though, are holding up pretty good. Not sure what the readings are per se, but nonetheless, these guys did a fantastic job making it up to lap 30. I'm thinking right now probably anywhere from 65 to 70. I'm going to go back on that and try to say 65, 70. And that's just a small calculation from what I'm seeing from what we had in the first run.
Yeah, Ray, we all know this. The driver who's going to pull the strategy call, which can win races, it's won them before, and it's going to win them again. The driver who can pit the least number of times and maintain a top 5 running order, that driver may have enough fuel at the end, if we stay green, to pull a win off that nobody would have ever predicted.
Yeah, fuel mileage races are one thing that do happen in every league as well as the real world, and these guys have got it down. So here's the deal. When caution comes out, the biggest thing you can do is pit as far back as you can. In other words, if you pit towards the back of the field, and then suddenly you pit again, you top off the fuel tank, that'll give you a couple more extra fuel laps in your run and maybe make these guys go in. So if they can't make it, you might be able to. And by the way, a challenge right now for the third place spot again as Maines looks to the inside. Mullins don't have any of that. He'll keep his foot in it to the top side. Everybody keeping it off the fence. Mullins got a little bit of rear end damage there. Nothing severe though, but it looks like that spoiler in the back end is doing a little bit of a frowny face. Just enough. You look right here, you see the wrinkle on that third brace from the right there on his spoiler. Right in the center. Looks like he may have gotten rear-ended during the wreck, but not affecting the aerodynamics on this number 2 machine and Fitzgerald machine all that much. To the inside, here we go again. Garrett Maines to the low side, shortening up the track, but not enough speed to catch that 2. That 2 has got it down. They see they're starting to lift pretty good going into turn 1. That's where you see the backfires coming out of the exhaust tubes. But again, they're able to take and hold on to that top 3. The top 2 were getting away, but again, that has changed since now. Nicholas Sacco just over a tenth of a second back, 0.137 last time at the line. Derek Mullins, 0.722. Again, 3/4 of a second back the leader, and that's what these times are. It's off the leader from the Michelangelo's painting roof camp here.
Ray, as everybody knows, these drivers have all got spotters. They've all got crew chiefs. They're all watching the race. They're looking at the lap times. They're looking at the leaders. They're looking at fourth. They are making plans and running their own race as we speak. Garrett Maines could just be conserving at this point. He could be running all out. But one thing we know for sure, Ray Richard, we got a race on our hands tonight here at Kansas. Speed TV for the Josh White Esports Truck Series. Fans, don't go away. We're going to take a quick commercial break, if that's a good possibility, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Our in-race reporter, Rob McFarland, there in the 01 machine. And again, Mike, if you're there, we'd like to take a commercial break next time around, okay? And we'll join you right back here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Lap 59 of 167 are in the books.
Esports, guys, and you're watching Max Speed TV.
Welcome back here at Kansas Motor Speedway. You're looking at our in-race report of the 01 of Robert McFarland, hitting up 16th place, but back up front, we got to go there again. Garrett Maines, by the way, who is in 4th place, got around the 02 of Derek Mullins, and he brought along with him Derek Fulton. The top 4 have now changed. Garrett Maines in the 3rd place spot, and that Smithfield Toyota down the front stretch. They'll go into turn 1, working lap 64. 1, 2, 3, Matthew Lee, Sacco, Maines, all going down through turn 2. Looks like Sacco's got a run off of turn 2. He'll go to the inside as we're doing our drone cam behind the Smithfield Toyota. He gives a shove to the 29. That'll give to Nicholas Sacco the lead. But we see some momentum right now on the bottom by the 1 machine of Maines. He'll be side by side with Matthew Lee. Now Lee fighting back with Sacco with a shove to the outside. Sacco able to lead that lap with the help from the 04. Of course, Garrett Maines actually scored 3rd that lap. And it looks like Lee had enough momentum to take and bring those 2 to the front. He'll try it again down the back chute. Out of turn 2 they'll go. And looking to the outside, that's 19 right now. That's Derek Fulton. But the door gets slammed shut by the 1. Maines saw that. He'll go to the top side. And I think he's going to use Fulton right now as his drafting partner coming out of 4.
Yeah, right. You need a drafting partner here at Kansas at the new layout here on iRacing. And these leaders are definitely monopolizing on who they can team up with for a drafting partner. On this track, Ray, you're in the gas about 100%, most all the way around on brand new tires for at least 5-6 laps. You have to breathe it just a little bit. These top runners, obviously, Ray, with the drafter, they're able to stay in the gas longer. They got a much better line, and that's how they're able to continue to have these really, really fast laps.
Yeah, with that being said, by the way, here at Kansas, it's no Daytona, but here's the deal. I'm watching these guys on turn 1. They're doing 180 miles an hour with this draft. These are the guys up front. They used to turn 31 second laps, which would be 185 roughly miles an hour, but now they're down to 33 seconds. That's all the top 4. Everybody else within that spread, we'll say. Jason Keffer, though, is the only one right now in the last lap, 34.119 seconds. But everybody up front, at least 33.2 on down. So these guys have got the pace going. They've got their entries good. They got all their marks going great. And Sacco, by the way, seems to be pulling away by at least 5 truck lengths now. And it looks like the 4 and the 1 will team up a little bit for second place. Of course, we see Matt Lee go up the track, kind of cut Maines off. And again, these guys have been challenging each other again before. And it looks like Matt Lee blocks the 1 for the bottom side. He'll go to the top, and now he'll help Sacco push it down the backstretch. Lee right now with the advantage, though. He's in the second groove. He's got the momentum to try to get down to 29. Sacco right now back into second place, but he's got to push. Oh, they'll touch going down to the stripe, and it looks like Lee's going to lose it. Unfortunately, lost the grip on that truck. The 19 goes down through the grass trying to keep it straight, and unfortunately, Fulton will get into the fence, and that'll cause our second caution of the evening. Max Speed TV replay. We'll get that up here for you. We're going to keep an eye right now on the number 1 machine of Maines and the 04 of Matthew Lee as we back it up here. Derek Fulton is in the spotlight. Just on turn 4, Mr. Mike, if you want to back it up there, that's when it happened. It looked like Matthew Lee had the run right here, but unfortunately he's too far into it, and it started going up the track, losing grip right in front of Sacco there, and he'll lose it a little bit more. There was some net code involved there. I can see that right from here. And with that being said, look right here just before they start spinning. Slow up right there between the trucks. They do not touch, and then they suddenly touch right there. If they didn't touch, that would not have spun. But again, the simulator did count it as net code as they touched. Right now we see the 19 down through the grass. Everybody's still clean and green at this point. But unfortunately, Fulton just couldn't hold on to it with no traction. And these tires are quite old, so Fulton, one of the victims, into the fence, and when he came to a stop sideways on the front stretch, that caused the caution. Now would be the time for all these guys to get in there and get some new fresh tires on it. Looks like the 19, I'm kind of caught up with him. We'll watch this replay one more time. Keep an eye on the 19. He was just trying to take and avoid this wreck. He did the right thing by going down through the grass, because if he was up any higher, he made a cough of 04, but unfortunately was not able to hold on to it, because then those tires are nice and hot, and there's probably about 30 laps on him at this point. So just brought it up to the fence, not able to brake, stop easily, or turn it easily. And again, I'll bring out a second caution of the night, and the Roadrunners got a face full of fall. They're coming out of 1. 19 on pit road, as well as everybody else. Nicholas Sacco, Garrett Maines, Matthew Lee. Everybody's in their pit. We're going to see who's got tires. Of course, everybody's going to take 4 fresh ones and fill it up with Goodyear's and Sunoco Racing fuel. Of course, you can't fill it up with Goodyear, but, you can put them on. And it looks like Sacco's got his left sides up early. Michael Jean's right behind him, the left side's up. And Maines will win the race off of pit road by just about a foot ahead of the 4 of Matthew Lee. Our top 2 didn't really change all that much, but unfortunately the 19 right now being scored in the 15th place. Not a lap down just yet. Going to see if we can get that repaired. Nicholas Sacco ended up coming out, I believe, 4th. The 20 came out 3rd. That's Barrett Bonner. Bonner was up there for quite a while, and we'll get everything lined up and in order here for you very shortly. Taking a look at best lap times right now on my screen anyways. Fastest lap of the race, Garrett Maines, 31.176. That's still one of the practice laps that they had. Matthew Lee, 31.246. That's how much of a separation between the 2 fastest guys. Actually, let me recorrect that. Looks like William Locklear had the faster lap, 31.244. And that is all during this race. Locklear right now being shown in 6th. But we'll go down to your top 10 real quick. Garrett Maines made it out first. Matthew Lee in 2nd. Mr. Jeans, who, by the way, I believe just took left side tires, and I'll check that out shortly, is coming out in 3rd. The Bonner there in the 20 machine in 4th. Nicholas Sacco in the 29. Didn't realize that Michael Jeans made it out that far. But Sacco right now restarting 5th. William Locklear in the 4 and 6th. Gagnon in the 7th place position. Meza in the 8th. Maines, which is Jason Maines, the father of Garrett, will restart 9th. And Adamson will start 10th. Tomorrow, by the way, the SRA Gen 6 Series, SRA Cup Series, here on Max Speed TV. Tune in tomorrow. I think if you don't mind, Mike, we'll take one more commercial break. We'll get these guys doubled up. It's going to be another lap or yellow. So, yeah, we'll be right back here at Kansas Speedway with the Josh White Esports Truck Series. Bring it back early. Yep. Welcome back to Kansas Motor Speedway, and on the point, here we go. Green immediately when we come back. Garrett Maines will lead the field. Back to Green right here in the restart zone. He'll jump it right now with Michael Jeans right behind him, by the way. One of the new guys that we have not seen tonight up here front in that 8 machine. He'll push him down into turn 1, and they'll go down all by their lonesome, but not without a little bit of a tailgater by Matthew Lee. Matthew Lee about 2 truck lengths back, trying to catch up with him. No push help. Behind him was Zacco, the number 29 machine, 3 truck lengths back. But again, Michael Jeans just taking and pushing him for all it's worth down in turn 4. Our leader, Garrett Maines, immediately out to the front. Lap 75 is what we're working right now. 76 will be at the line. Getting close to halfway. Only a couple more laps to go for that to happen. Sacco to the bottom side with those fresh good years, and he'll take over the 3rd place spot from Lee right behind these top 2. Garrett Maines down the backstretch with a little shove still yet by Michael Jeans. Jeans able to take and hold on, but there is a gain right now. It looks like Matthew Lee and Sacco have caught up on that little secret. Matthew Lee will take and shove the 29 down the backstretch. That'll give them both a chance to catch back up. Right now, half of a truck length separates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As the front two go to the bottom side, Sacco to the outside, not just yet there, but still a half a truck length back. Maines has got it down. He is out front, 1/2 truck length back to Michael Jeans, 08 machine. Again, one of the guys we haven't seen all night long. Our drone cam there. The number 37, by the way, Raul Meza. Meza was running 10th when we pitted, able to get back out and get up to 7th place on this restart. And we've got a whole bunch of guys shoving each other in the back. Looks like the 4 William Locklear will shove that 20 of Barrett. Barrett is pushing for all it's worth. Now he'll go to the bottom side all alone. 4 truck lengths back to the 3rd place of Sacco. Sacco on the outside. Side by side for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Michael Jeans to the bottom. He'll take over the top spot from Garrett Maines. Able to take and do the crossover down the back chute. He'll go. Ball's in front of our leader, actually, the number 1 machine of Maines. Michael Jeans able to hold on to it. A little bit of a lower shot right now. Barrett will take and go with him. Bonner there. Right behind Bonner, there will be the number 4 of Locklear, and they're getting a train going on the bottom side. It looks like Jeans comes back up to the top side. Blocks the number 1 of Garrett Maines. 2nd place right now is the 20 of Barrett Bonner. Jeans all alone out front. He was able to shove the number 1 earlier on, first 2 laps, but now it's the other way around. It looks like Garrett Maines is right behind him, about 2 truck lengths back, but the bottom side is forming up a little bit. Now I say that as a normal turn at Daytona or Talladega, but again, tonight that draft comes into play, and it looks like they're all using it for their advantage. 3 wide coming out of turn 4. 20 on the bottom, William Locklear to 4 on top. Almost 4 wide at the stripe. Only 3 right now as they all cross, shooting for that top position that the 08 has.
Ray, this has got to be incredible race for fans. These drivers are definitely putting on a show. And like you just said, the draft does come into play.
Rob McFarland, our 01 machine in 16th, in race reporter, as we're still watching up here in the front as we watch the 08 to the outside. Big challenge in the back. That's Garrett Maines in the bottom, William Locklear on the top. Last time Maines did that move, he kind of come up a little bit. That was almost the same thing as Lee happened to do. But again, with these fresh tires, they're able to hold it to the bottom a little bit longer. William Locklear to the outside. A little bit of help from the 29 of the Sacco machine. Right behind him, all in line on the top side. It looks like Maines wanting to join the top line, but no room as the 4 of William Locklear will block it. He'll get a nice bumper full of the 29 going down the backstretch into 3. Maines to the bottom side, Sacco to the outside. That's the 3rd place position, right behind the 4 of William Locklear. Everybody taking and still wanting that high line, but trying to find grip wherever they can. Cold track means for fast racing, higher horsepower, and a lot of grip out of these Goodyear tires. You're seeing it here tonight. Right now, lap 82. Only another lap and a half away from halfway in this race. Everybody single file down the backstretch. Is Jeans your leader? William Locklear in 2nd. Nicholas Sacco in 3rd. Garrett Maines in 4th. But it looks like that's all going to change here in the next corner like it has for the past couple laps. Michael Jeans out front now with help from the 4 of Locklear. They'll pull away from the 3rd and 4th place position. 3rd Sacco, 4th one is Garrett Maines, obviously. But they get a run back off of turn 1. They'll get back up to the number 4 machine there coming out of turn 2. Locklear able to hold that high side, locking it down, but now Sacco right on the tailgate on him again, like it happened a couple laps ago. Down the backstretch he'll go. Will Nicholas go to the bottom side? No, he'll keep to the top. And it looks like William Locklear to the bottom, still able to hold on and keep up with the leader. 29 trying to use the momentum. Maines was to the bottom for just a second in the fourth place position, but not enough to make it past the 29 of Sacco. Right now, credited with the front, that's Michael Jeans and that 08 machine. Everybody single file down through turn 2. Michael Jeans, Locklear kind of staying by themselves. 29 of Sacco kind of creeps in a little bit there, then backs off. Periodically, third place position is where he's at. Maines right now kind of taking his time to the top side. Now keep in mind too, I've said this in past races, if you stay to the high side, you can save your tires. It may not be the fastest way around, but the momentum does help you. But your tires don't wear out as much, because if you turn the truck sharper into a turn, you're going to take and drag that rubber across and obviously grind them tires down, wear them out. So I think what's going to happen here, as you see Maines kind of back off a little bit, he's going to fall into a groove. He's going to keep that spot for quite a while and fight for it, because right now Bonner's right behind him in the 20. He's been one of the challengers all night long. New guy here in the league. He was able to keep up with him. He's doing just the same and just as good in fifth place spot. But Maines is going to kind of hold on to it for a little while there in fourth, is my opinion. By the way, challenge for the lead up front. And it looks like the number 4 Locklear will go around to the bottom side. 3 wide challenge for the lead if Sacco threads the needle. Not just yet. 2 wide now down to turn 1. Looks like Locklear's got the advantage to the outside. Michael Jeans still trying to hold on to it. Momentum is on the high side. Sacco looks for it. He'll go through that hole on the high side of number 4. And unfortunately, William Locklear will fall back from second into fourth. And Maines follows him through to take over your top 3 spot. Maines to the bottom side. Go ahead, Robert.
These guys put on a great show. Thank you for commentating. This has been a fun race so far.
16th place again, Robert McFarland, in our in-race reporter, 1 lap down. Unfortunately, our first guy 1 lap down, but he's still holding on to 16th. Right behind him, Chris Beans in the 54, who was up here earlier, and right behind Robert at the moment in time. Locklear, by the way, with that number 4 machine, he does have some right front damage. If you take a look there on the camera, by the way, challenge again for the lead. Nicholas Sacco to the inside. Going to keep an eye on both of these guys right here. We'll get around to the right side of the number 4, and Michael Jeans goes down to the bottom side for a crossover move down the front stretch. You see the damage there on the right front fender of the 4, and Michael Jeans will take over that lead back. Just a whole bunch of great racing up here up front. Michael Jeans holding on to it right now. Sacco into the fence. He'll take it slow down. Piles up everybody behind him. William Locklear spins. Unfortunately, gets a rear end full of the 20 machine of Barrett Bonner. And that'll bring on our third caution here at Kansas tonight. Max Speed TV replay. You're going to keep an eye on the 29. We got 83, of course, here. The 29 got into the fence, unfortunately. See if we can get a camera around there. See what happened to the 83. Here we go. Nicholas Sacco, who was running second for Michael Jeans. He come down through turn 1 and turn 2. As you can see, all the sparks flying off. He'll grab the fence. It looks like Garrett Maines will rear end him. Unfortunately, piling everybody up behind him. Behind him, the number 4 of William Locklear, unfortunately, going for a ride because he just got piled up like dominoes behind Sacco. Keep an eye on the eye shot here from the drone cam. Sacco gets up a little bit high. He'll grab that wall. Garrett Maines will rear end him. Behind him, William Locklear, nowheres to go. He'll hit the rear end of Garrett Maines and get a shove from the 20, unfortunately. Everybody else will straighten it back up, but Locklear going for a ride. He'll get hit by Jason, too. Oh, my goodness. As well as Locklear a second time. That was not necessarily meaning to happen, obviously. Just lost control as they all piled up like dominoes. Everybody up front coming down to pit lane. We see Michael Jeans as the first one in. And it looks like Garrett Maines is going to be ahead of him, by the way, in the pits. So keep an eye on these two. The number 1 and 08. They're going to pit right close to each other. 08's going to be into his pit box first. I believe that he qualified, I think, in the top 4. So we'll see where he pits. I'm sorry, Garrett Maines started in the rear, so he's way back. My apologies. I'm thinking of the other truck there. As you see right now, Michael Jeans started 5th. That's what I was talking about earlier. Brings it down. Right side tires go up on that butt kicker Chevrolet. Down they go. They're all on for the fresh Goodyears on the right. Left sides are going to go up. Here we go. Second can of Racing Sunoco fuel goes in. And down he goes and gets away. Here comes Garrett. Garrett Maines will beat him out, as well as Raul Meza in the 37 machine. Raul getting in there pretty quick, getting out. So we'll take a moment right here and see if we can get one more other in-race reporter here. I got permission to bring who was our leader on the way into the pits, Michael Jeans, up for a quick interview. We'll have a word with him with the 08 machine. Michael Jeans, Ray Richard here in the booth. We're on the in-car camera with your skull-colored helmet there, buddy. You were leading this race for quite a while, doing a great job up there. Tell us what it's all about, man, because these guys are fighting for that second and third place behind you.
Yeah, I was, we got really good restart there, and I was just trying to work with Garrett, see if we could stay in line, kind of tandem push away from them. But this draft package is so hard to do that with, so we just, once I got out front and he started fighting with them, which was really good for me because that kind of gave me a break for a little while, but it didn't take long. I draft right back up to you, and
well, that was one thing we were keeping our eye on. Every time that somebody had a drafting partner, I mean, we were calling it kind of like it isn't Daytona, but on the same note, man, you can floor it all the way around this place for a good 6 to 8 laps, and the tire fall off is very nominal here. I mean, the track temperature was only about 85 degrees at the beginning of this race, but again, you'll fall back into fourth, but that was just because of all these guys getting in and out of the pits pretty quick. Raul Mays is one of the surprise guys. I got to see if he took 2 tires, but he got out there pretty quick. And, of course, you got a chance tonight, by the way. It's only lap 91. We've got a ways to go yet, about 76 laps as I'm counting here on the board, trying to do some figuring in my head. Dude, you want to take home this $200 prize tonight, don't you?
I do. I really do. And I'm not sure how Matthew got out in front of us like that. I don't know if he just took his fast repair and went out, but I know Raul he just got 2 tires.
Yeah, I figured that's what happened with the 37, so again, we'll see if he can hang on to that top. But I do see, like you just said, Matthew Lee beat you all out. I'm kind of surprised at that myself, but I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, it just hasn't updated yet. He's not in front of us, so.
Yeah, I see that.
Garrett had a really good stop. I don't know how he did that. Versus Garrett, you can't you don't just have to outdrive him on the racetrack. You have to outdrive him in the pits. So.
For sure, man. I mean, you got to think about it when you get in these pit boxes. You got to be pretty square and you got to be pretty tight. And I'll tell you, if you don't do that, obviously your time goes down. You did a pretty good job yourself. Right now, by the way, running third, you'll be restarting behind our 2-tire guy of Raul Meza, by the way. So be careful out there with that butt kicker machine. You're looking great out there. Keep it up, though. Just a lot of guys piling up behind you when Sacco got into the fence. Unfortunately, that did damage a few of the trucks. And Garrett Maines, by the way, took the bumper in the front and the rear. So I do believe he used his quick repair. Pretty confident in his driving. I mean, a lot of people are, obviously, so that quick repair will be an advantage right now because there's not one dent in that number 1 truck.
Yeah, there was lots of fast repairs taken in that one. Matthew took one. Nicholas took one. Jason had already used his, so he just had to get a little bit more damage fixed. Several guys took their fast repairs, so it can still play out. I still have to outrun Garrett, but there's always something that could happen because I still got my fast repair, my spare truck up in the hauler. So if I got to drag it out, that may be good because that means everybody else is going to get torn up.
Well, rolling it out is better than dragging it out. You got a little damage on the right front, nothing severe though by any means. It's you're not driving a modified or anything, but restarting third, you got a great position to win this thing in. Go up front and kick butt, man. Do a great job there.
All right,
good luck,
Ray.
Good luck, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Back at it right now. We'll get Michael back down to his room, by the way. That all being said, restarting third, he's got a guy with 2 tires in front of him. Again, looks like Matthew Lee behind him. He's got 4 fresh good years on that thing. Sacco, the same exact thing with a quick repair. That's why he was able to get back out pretty quick. But again, I'm a little in fear for Raul Meza. I mean, 2 tires has definitely worked here earlier. But I'm not sure how it's going to work here in the long run with these cooled down tires. That's the next thing. So again, double F files restart on the backstretch. And anybody right now gets ahead of that number 1 and wins this race, they got a $200 bonus tonight. There is a bounty on that number 1 of Garrett Maines. If by any chance Garrett Maines wins this race in that number 1 machine, that will be prepared to take it on to next week, and that bonus will grow over $200. By the way, yes, this is real money we're talking about. We're not talking iRacing credits. We're talking real money. So again, Garrett Maines is everybody shooting for tonight. And Raul can let him go anytime now. The pace car is off. All 4 tires are off the racing surface. And back in the restart zone, green flags in the air, and he'll spin just a little bit. And we'll see at the start-finish line. Garrett Maines to the outside all alone. He'll get ahead of Nicholas Sacco. Looks like Raul will go to the bottom just a little bit. Slide the truck a little bit off the bottom. That'll block everybody up behind him. Everybody's got a lift. He's still taking a losing it. Oh, he took Michael Jeans into the fence. And that'll take out the third caution tonight. Coming off that corner, just took and started losing the rear end. We'll get our Max Speed TV replay up here for you. Watch that 37 Raul Meza. Unfortunately, he come off of turn 1, then hit turn 2, and that rear end of that truck just started loosening up. Got the camera eye, by the way, on the 37. Nobody with any place to go, as we see here off of turn 2. That's when he started losing it. He hit the apron and made it even worse because it upset the truck. You see left-hand side tires down there. Michael Jean's right behind him. We'll get another little camera angle. Michael Jean's nowhere to go. He'll touch the rear end and get rear-ended by Matthew Lee. And, of course, Sacco right there kind of full throttling it off of turn 2. Everybody doing what they should have. Don't get me wrong, just nowhere's to go. And that'll damage the front and rear end of the Michael Jean's machine, the 08 butt kicker tonight. And he'll bring that Chevy down. He's still on track, by the way, with the damage. I'm watching on my angle. We're not certain if he's going to come down and use his quick repair or not. We are more than halfway through this race, lap 95, and he's got, boy, they're in a corner on that truck that isn't damaged at this moment in time.
Yeah, Ray, that was an interesting restart there. I think the driver there with the 2 tires had a little trouble, as you just pointed out. It's going to take us a few laps here to get this all cleared up. Maybe another good time to go to a quick commercial break, fans. You are watching the Josh White Esports, Kansas 167, live on Max Speed TV. We'll be right back.
Bought your home and you think it manually looks like you.
Have you ever had the desire to show off something you created, like we'll say in racing, or in this case, sim racing? While on the track, simulator, or hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you need to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi has your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even hats. They'll go the extra mile. Race boots, trainers to gloves, even karting suits. Abruzzi has a supply to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can even have your own name customized just the way you want it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of sim apparel has been created not to only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look today at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, is your wear, your way.
You just bought your home and you think it may need a little spicing up, maybe a different color or just a repaint altogether. Here's where Michelangelo's Painting comes in. Located in Mesa, Arizona, Michelangelo does all kinds of change when it comes to paint. New homes, old homes, homes under construction, commercial or residential, pool decking, gates and doors, as well as garages and much, much more. Michelangelo's crew pays close attention to detail, so you won't have to do any worrying and just enjoy your new look and satisfaction of a job well done. Want a custom color that you don't think we'll have? Give it a shot. They're targeted on customer satisfaction and will come through with what you have in mind. Give them a try today or call for your free estimate, 480-510-5388, or just take a look for yourself on their Facebook page. Again, that phone number is 480-510-5388 if you have any questions for Mike and his crew. They will leave everything clean and neat, and you will have the feeling of a new look when they finish. Michelangelo's Painting, where our pride shows through in our paint. Welcome back to Kansas Speedway here, Kansas City, Missouri. Actually, I think it's Kansas City, Kansas. It's on the border. You know how Kansas City is, by the way. Keep an eye on the 08 for just a second there, back in the pack. The number 08, Michael Jeans there in 14th position. He was able to take and get his quick repair. And I talked to him during the break, and obviously wasn't too happy. A few other guys kind of saying the same thing about the two-tire chance with Raul there midway through the race. But Michael Jeans kind of said to me, and I quote, "I shouldn't have bragged about my quick repair." And I can't blame him. I think I jinxed it by giving him so much luck there when he was up front. But nonetheless, back on track. He'll restart 14th at this time, outside of the 7th row. And again, Garrett Main still up front, though. That 45 of Andrew Navarro able to get to the second place while everything kind of shake through. Still single file. Well, it looks double, but trust me, it's single file because the pace car lights are still on. Jason Maines, by the way, going to join on the restart behind the kid, Garrett. And that might be an advantage for these guys. These two Toyotas have been working together before. Of course, Jason being the father, Garrett being the kid. And they will push each other hard no matter which position they both are in. You see a little bit of damage to the Jason Maines machine on the hood. Nothing severe, though, and enough to kind of make that aero work out pretty good. Derek Mullins actually joining the top four fight there in fourth in the two truck. Able to make his way back up during that wreck. Unfortunately, Matthew Lee was involved in that, like I said before, and that actually put Matthew Lee back to 15th. And I believe Matthew Lee has not used his quick repair. He is the last truck on the lead lap at this point. Nicholas Sacco, though, 1 lap down, 16th, right behind Matthew Lee. That kind of stinks because Sacco was a challenger all night here. And, man, I'll tell you, just a great watching these guys swap positions up front. I don't think we're done with this just yet. Working lap 98, it's going to be 99 at the line. That'll put 69 laps to go from here on out. Pace car lights will go off. We'll double them up going down to turn 1. Now, again, watch these two on the bottom side. They've had 4 cautions tonight, by the way. Caution laps being 16 total. Laps to go, as I said, 69 with 13 lead changes. That's an incredible night, folks. Let me tell you that right now. 13 lead changes, that means, okay, we'll say the one went back, came forward, went back, come forward, and that would be 3 of them right there. But nonetheless, it wasn't all 13 him, man. It was between probably about 6 or 7 trucks. These guys have been putting on a great show up front, and it just continuously changes lap after lap after lap. $200 bounty on that number 1 who is on the point right now on the inside of the front row. Anybody that can beat him tonight takes home a bonus of $200. That's why you're seeing all this great racing, and the track is cold. So again, 85, 86 degrees at the beginning. Can't tell exactly what it is right now, but still being a cold night here in Kansas, these things will grip and rip. And also the horsepower goes up a little bit, and iRacing, I believe, has fixed that into the actual sim. So again, these guys can keep it on the floor. Minimal 6 to 8 laps at the beginning. So that's what you're going to see here right off the bat. A lot of guys keeping it right to the metal as our pace car pulls off out of turn 4, and we're going to let him go 5th time again tonight. In the restart zone, there's Garrett Maines immediately, and he's ready on to Jason Maines that he is a-going. Jason, a little bit of sleep there, nothing severe though, but he'll get up behind him. Not enough to push him just yet, but to the outside, here comes the 45. The 45 up into the second groove. That's Andrew Navarro. Navarro able to hold up into the second groove all alone. He'll fall in behind the 43 machine. No, the 43 down to the bottom. He'll go down to the bottom with the number 1 of Garrett Maines. Again, son and father. The 45 hung out to dry on top. Nobody with him just yet. Everybody on the bottom line. It looks like the 19 behind him of Derek Fulton is going to the top side. He'll take and hold the 45, but it looks like the 20 has chosen line. That's Barrett Bonner. Bonner right now being shown in 7th. And a whole bunch of shuffling going on up front. Garrett Maines to the top side. He'll block the 45. Leaves the bottom open for the 43 of Jason Maines to come through. Jason Maines has second, only for just a second. Falls back right now behind the 45. The 19 of Fulton comes up through. Fulton looks like he's got 3rd. To the bottom side, the 45 has the advantage, and Andrew Navarro will take over the lead from Garrett Maines coming out of turn 4. Maines with the advantage with the run, though. He'll go down to the bottom side, get to the rear bumper of the 45, and they'll go down towards turn 1. Couple of trucks into the fence. That was a 20 of Barrett Bonner. Jarek Mullins followed him in. That's one of the things you don't want to do. It's kind of a rookie mistake if you watch the guy ahead of you and you follow his line, because you can swipe right up into the fence just as easy as him. You want to watch the track. Nonetheless, these guys are still underway, and it looks like Mullins has got a good advantage of some momentum from that. Hill's on the inside of the 43, back in the 4th place spot, and of course the 45 in 2nd. Garrett Maines takes over the top spot again from the 45, last lap going down the backstretch. Garrett Maines still out front. He takes the high side as he always does down through turn 1 wherever he can. The 45 of Navarro looks to the bottom side, shorten it up. Not enough momentum. That'll give up the 2nd place to the 19 of Fulton. Fulton able to take right in the tire tracks to the number 1. As Garrett Maines is out front, he has found his line again. Jason Maines, by the way, in 3rd. That'll put the 45 back in 4th place spot. Jason Maines able to come up in front of the 45. 45 with a little bit of a run. Gets to the rear deck lid, almost taps him. He'll go to the outside, right rear corner now to the 43, almost side by side going into turn 1.
Get ready. This might be a great time if our broadcaster is up for it. This would be a great time for another one of these wonderful MaxSpeed TVs. Crank it up.
Coming down the backstretch, we'll take and do a crank it up as we go down here into turn 4. Again, get ready for a MaxSpeed TV. Crank it up. just swapping positions like crazy up front here. Fulton was going for second place. Last lap to the bottom side, didn't have enough run, falls back to third. Navarro in second. The top three now have a break away from the 43 of Jason Maines, who is in fourth. But one of the guys I'm going to mention here, the 04 of Matthew Lee, who restarted in the 16th place spot, was able to take and fight his way back up to the field. He right now is in 11th. Again, just outside the top 10 where the 37 of Raul Meza is. He'll get around Meza for the 10th place spot. That'll show him in the top 10 coming across the stripe. Matthew Lee making his way back up to the front to get the challenge. Lap 108, by the way, right now is what we're working on. 107 in the books. That'll leave just under 60 laps to go.
Well, the Russian Ray is can any of these trucks make it the rest of the way? I do not think so.
No, sir, I don't believe so. Again, we've only got about 45 laps again on fuel runs, and we've got at least 60 to go, so we've got minimum one more pit stop to go. We did see the rough cam there of the 04, a little bit of dents, and I think he used his quick repair early. And obviously the rough cam of the Michelangelo's painting in Arizona rough cam, the 08 of Michael Jeans, who is now working his way back up front. Kind of bragged about that quick repair. He has used it, but he has now made his way to the top 5. Trying to get back up there. He has the line. He can keep it on the floor and keep running and going. These guys right now shuffling up front will help him out in the long run for sure. One of Garrett Maines still out front. 45 of Navarro second. Derek Fulton third. Jason Maines, again, his dad is in fourth. Been swapping left and right up front. Everybody's looking for the fastest line to get around for the leader. Jason Maines right now all alone out there. He should have help behind him right now with the 08, but not enough to get to him as you see down here down the backstretch. Kind of keeping an eye on the line of Garrett Maines. I mean, he's got a great line out there. He kind of reaches it right to the bottom off of 4 and heads to the top immediately. So here's the deal. Obviously, around the outside is a little bit longer, but he can carry that truck more straight to keep the momentum going in that one machine, and that's an advantage. If the straighter you can drive them, the faster they'll go, and he's doing exactly that. And that's one of the advantages he's got as a driver. If you watch right here, he'll go down to the bottom side. He's going to arc a long arc, just about touch that white line, and slowly go back to the top. That's the easiest way through the apex there of turn 4. Just about touch the wall, still using that momentum down to the bottom side. And that is the straightest way around this track. It may sound kind of simple, but if you think about it, that is the way to do it right there.
Yeah, right. One thing I noticed, I was up in 10th a couple laps ago, and these guys that are fast are running this high line through 1 and 2. I'm just trying to learn it, but I had 2 guys pass me in 1 lap because I was trying to run low 1 and 2.
We have a challenge again for the lead. Navarro on the bottom side. He doesn't have any advantage just yet, but Garrett Maines has got the momentum on the outside. That hole will be open only for another second. He'll take advantage of it while Garrett Maines goes to the bottom. Navarro to the outside. A little push from the 19 of Fulton. Fulton with the run right now. Fulton trying to the inside, and he'll get there, but our leader Maines right out front. Fulton goes up the track. He'll tap the 45 coming out of turn 2 just a little bit. That'll make him fall back. The 43 right now, Jason Maines, able to hold on to that 4th place spot, almost with an advantage to get the 3rd when the 19 of Fulton falls back. Fulton right now, he has fallen back even further on the inside of him. Michael Jeans, who is in the 5th place position, has worked his way up to 4th. To the inside he'll go. And now a challenge for that 4th place spot. Jeans still fighting for it. Fulton wanting it back. To the outside, they're drag racing it down through turn 2. The advantage right now is to Fulton with the draft from the help of the 43. Jeans will fall back in line. The top 5 right now have a proverbial blanket over them. And they are pulling away from the 6th place spot in the number 2 of Mullins. Fulton right now in 5th place. It shows him 0.847 seconds back, just under 1 second. But again, Derek Mullins' machine is over a second and a half back from the leader. Michael Jeans looking at the outside of Fulton, but the door slammed shut immediately by the 19. The 19 getting down to the bottom though. Getting out of the way, he'll slide back up into that hole in 4th, but Jeans going to the bottom side with the run off the backstretch. He's got him by just a nose. That's Fulton's in the advantage. Fulton to the high side, but he'll fall back this time. It looks like Michael Jeans has got it. Jeans right now in 4th place position. Garrett Maines still leads. And they've been doing crossovers up front all the past 3 or 4 laps, but just no advantage for the 45 or nowhere to go. Maines is just hitting his marks up front, and that's exactly what you got to do here at Kansas. Maines and Navarro pulling away from the third place of Jason Maines. Jason Maines again kind of holding his own back there. A little bit of damage on that number 43 machine. Again, nothing horrible, nothing serious. Lap 116 right now going to be in the books at the stripe. Top two pulling away, though, just a little bit. The three-pack behind him, third, fourth, and fifth. That, again, is Maines, Jeans, and Fulton. No, actually, that's, let me get that right. Jason Maines, Michael Jeans, Derek Fulton right now, third, fourth, and fifth. These guys, if they can hold it in line with each other, they get a little bit of a draft going. They've already pulled away from Raul Meza, who is in sixth place, holding his own back there. But these three can catch the top two if they work together. Garrett Maines with that straight arrow down through there. And as you can see right now, watch that 43. He is catching up to the 45. And that's what they've got to do. They've got to keep right in line for that draft to happen. This is Kansas, 180-something miles an hour at full speed going down to the corners, but you need that draft to do it. And Michelangelo's painting roof cam here off the 43 of Jason Maines down the backstretch. They're taking that Kyle Larson line, obviously, to the top side. And it looks like the 45 is out to challenge him again to the inside. He'll go down through turn 3. Navarro trying to get there, but again, the advantage right now is the top side of Garrett Maines. It looks like he may have him for a second. Maines with momentum on the outside, but he'll block the bottom side, so he can't get there on his line. And at the line, it does show Garrett Maines led that lap. Garrett able to hold it back in. Navarro pulls back up to the high side right behind him. And with that breaking of the draft ahead of him, the 43 of Jason Maines will have the advantage to get caught back up because he's got Michael Jeans on his rear deck lid as well as a 19 of Fulton right behind him, and they are pushing him up to second place. Jeans taking a little bit of higher line right now, falling out of line of those three from third, fourth, and fifth on back. The top five right now, again, back in line they go. A few different lines as they go across the stripe. Garrett Maines to the bottom, right now to the top side. Andrew Navarro back in line down through turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like Jason lost a little bit of momentum. He'll fall back a little bit, holding up the other two as they're still in line coming off of turn 2. Third, fourth, and fifth still holding their own in a line. Looks like Michael Jeans has kind of made his way to the rear deck lid there for just a second. Jeans with a higher run as Fulton goes up into the third groove, by the way. That breaks the draft going down through turn 3. They'll all go to the low side, just a hair below that apron. And we're on lap 121.
Great, sounds like a great time. Maybe our last commercial break.
Well, with the top five running as they are, not a lot of going on for the swapping of the position for the lead. How about we take our final commercial break of the evening here on Max Speed TV? Again, you're watching the Josh White E-Series Truck League live from Kansas Motor Speedway. We'll be right back.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.
Looking to do something fun, different, and exciting with a family? Experience Friday Night Stock Car Racing, located in South Raleigh at the Wake County Speedway. Wake County Speedway is a quarter-mile banked asphalt facility, providing lots of close racing action. For more information, including the schedule, please visit WCSpeedway.com. Wake County Speedway, America's favorite bull ring.
Back here at Kansas Speedway here. Again, not much has changed up front. Garrett Maines with the lead, Navarro in second. They've been fighting all the way through this. But again, it looks like Navarro just can't find a line to get around, and he's been trying the past 3 or 4 laps, but he's just got to stay in the rear tail tracks of that Garrett Maines number 1 machine. And as I was saying before, the 3 on back there, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, again, that is Jason Maines, Michael Jeans, and Derek Bolton. They've been trying to work together to get up to these top 2, and when they do, they get there. But it seems like everybody wants that next spot so more desperately, they fall out of line and just kind of break it off. As you see here right now, Michael Jeans a little bit to the high side, usually arcs it down, doesn't do it this time. Not sure if he's saving his tires for a last-minute run, but keep in mind, everybody in this field has got to pit at least one more time. Lap 127 is what we're on. That'll make exactly 60 laps to go from here on out. Top 5, though, taking and holding their own up here in front, all the way back to the number, 83 machine of Brandon Gagnon, who is in 6th place right now, and he has fallen back about 5 seconds behind the leader. 4.911 last time at the line. Behind him, Raul Meza. Meza with that 2-tire early, unfortunately with a little bit of mishap there. In front of Michael Jeans, able to take and hold on to the 7th place spot, though, getting his quick fix done. As well as behind him, Chris Baines. Baines was falling back into the teens and got his way back up there, able to hold on to the 8th place spot. One of the guys I talked about earlier, Matthew Lee, we'll go down through to him, though, here in a moment. Barrett Bonner in the 9th place position. And actually, as I'm talking about him, Matthew Lee in the 04 machine. One of the guys that got wrecked, you can see a lot of damage to the front of that truck. And he got up from both ends during one of those cautions. I believe he has used his quick repair long before that caution happened. And right behind him, our in-race reporter, the 01, Rob McFarland, made his way up from 16th all the way to 11th right now and holding on, looking for a top 10 tonight. Derek Mullins, who was in the number 2 machine, right behind him, by the way. Derek Mullins was in the top 10 for quite a while. Matthew Lee, by the way, just made his way up to the 9th place spot, and I believe we had somebody, and let's look for it, went into pit. That's why it shifted up like that. I'm going to look down my list right now. Top 5 are still in that mix. Raul Meza in the 6th place. Chris Baines in the 7th. That means, looking for him here, Derek Mullins, I believe. No, Derek Mullins right behind Robert. Who was it that just pitted that I was seeing? Well, somebody's in the pit. We'll keep an eye on that as we go along here. Again, top 5 still kind of going through. Brandon Gagnon, I see I think, is just on his way down to pit as you had the camera on him there just for a second. That's the 83 machine. And I believe, yes, that is the guy that pit. He was coming out. The 83 of Brandon Gagnon. That's why everybody gained a position there for a minute. He is coming out for his final pit stop of the evening. We're going to have 37 laps to go at the stripe next time around. That'll get the 83 of Brandon Gagnon to the end. Again, with those 4 fresh tires. Again, Aaron Hurley making his pit stop there with a damaged number 3 machine. Looks like he's just in for repairs. I don't see any jacks working on that truck, but a bunch of guys are on it trying to get that body knocked back out. And again, he was involved in an early race wreck as well. I believe he used his quick repair. Navarro there with a little bit of damage on the right rear. That was from that last incident with a few guys there, unfortunately getting checked up by the 29 of Sacco when Sacco hit the fence. And now we're getting a little bit of racy, by the way, behind him. Michael Jeans kind of swerving. He'll hit the fence, by the way, the 08. He'll fall back in position. That'll allow the 19 of Derek Bolton to get below him. A little apology on the radio. Michael Jeans got a little bit of high. He knew about it. 5th place position, but we have a small challenge up front. Oh, let me correct that. The 45 has fallen back. He was right to the rear deck hood of Garrett Maines as I was saying that, but he fell back just a little bit. That Enter Navarro watermelon machine still in 2nd. He'll take a shorter line in the bottom, still keeping up with our leader, though. Garrett Maines led most of this race this evening. Lap times right now still back in the 33s. These tires have fallen off. Fastest one last time, 33.340, and that was by Garrett Maines. Enter Navarro, though, started first. He was the guy on the point, knows his way around this speedway, and he wants that $200 bonus. To the high side he'll go. We'll watch him arc it a little bit to the bottom as he comes off. Nope, correct myself there. He'll keep the momentum on the top. As you see, the number 1 kind of get closer. We're reading that Smithfield a little bit bigger this time. He has a run coming down the front chute. Will he be able to get by him this time? No, he'll back off a little bit earlier going into that corner, and that's where he loses momentum. The 45 will back off. That actually is a smart move on the 45's part. Jason Maines right now in third, Derek Fulton in fourth, and unfortunately Michael Jeans into the fence a little bit. A couple laps ago, he falls back into the fifth place position. I can actually see a little bit of wrinkle in his hood, but he's able to hold on for dear life basically. Behind him, Chris Baines, who is at least 7 seconds back to the fifth place of Michael Jeans. So Jeans safe for now. A little bit of right front fender damage to that thing. Watching Chris Baines there here on the camera. Small damage to him on the right rear. And again, he right now is 9 seconds, 9.5 seconds actually, off from the leader. All these guys up front yet to take the final pit stop of the evening. Derek Fulton holding fourth as we see a bunch of guys ahead of the leader, Garrett Maines. And I'm not sure if those are lap cars or they're cars that are trucks that may have come back out from the pit. We'll see who we got here. I'm going to believe that's probably the three of Hurley ahead of him. And Hurley's been in the pit. He's a couple laps down, I believe, yes. Hurley, unfortunately, 45 laps down from a wreck early. Got that back out there. I'm thinking that's who that is in front of the number one. They'll just put him a lap down. Nothing that's really going to be affecting anybody, but Maines right now still able to hold on to that top spot. And Jason Maines, the dad, is finally taken over second, gotten around the 45. And the reason I say that, the 45 is in his pit stall. Right side tires up on the 45 as we see Jason Maines falling off for his pit as well this time. Money stop, as they call it. Left side's up on the 45. He'll drop them. Both cans of Sunoco Racing fuel in. He'll pull it off a pit lane as we top to the roof cam of the 43. And now the 45 slowly pulls back out onto the speedway. He cannot enter the speedway till he hits turn 2. There's a blue cone back there. You can't get over that white line. That is one of the rules of iRacing. Michael Adamson in here on the 46 machine. A lot of beating up and banging on that truck. He'll take 4 fresh Goodyears as well as 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Bring it back out. They show him right now scored in the 15th place spot, down 1 lap. That's because everybody's cycling through. Jason Maines, one of the other guys that was up front, still shown third, but again, he'll come back out. They'll cycle through, and that might put him down a lap. The 54, Chris Baines, who was running 6th, about 10 seconds behind the leader. He gets his pit stop done, and he's heading back out to the speedway as well. Rob McFarland, our in-race reporter in the 01 Abruzzi Raceware USA machine. He's getting his pit stop done, as well as some repairs. He'll get back out just ahead of the 43. Actually, I'm believing that may have been the one of Garrett Maines, who I am correct, has gotten his pit stop done right now. The number 1, our race leader, is getting back out onto the speedway. He'll pull down pit lane, and a few guys will cycle through as we go back around for lap 138. No trucks right now in pit lane, but that is yet to be seen. There's more guys yet that got to come in to cycle through. But again, Garrett Maines still being shown up front. Derek Fulton, I did believe that he took his pit stop. As I'm seeing that, he is right behind the number 1 of Garrett Maines, coming off of the pit lane right now behind him off of turn 2. Maines up the full song. The 45 will take it out front, and the 45 has already got his pit stop done. That's Navarro, so he has got a 1-lap speed advantage on these guys. As we see Garrett Maines getting up the song right now behind him. Maines is going to have the fresher tires of the two. Nothing really bad, though. Trust me. I mean, that 1 lap is a small advantage with Maines, but it also is an advantage with the speed with the 45 because he's up the full song. Lap 139 is what we're on right now. It's going to be lap 40 next time at the stripe. Barrett Bonner takes over the top spot in the number 20 machine at the stripe. That is your leader in the Oreo Ritz truck. Going down right now what seems to be the back stretch. Yes, sir, out of turn 2. Matthew Lee is in second. Matthew Lee with some damage. He still has yet to pit. Derek Mullins in third. For some reason, I think Mullins may have pit already, but I could be incorrect in that. Derek Zimmerman in the 94 machine in fourth. Brandon Gagnon, who did pit, by the way. I know for a fact he pitted. He was the first one in, is in 5th place right now, just ahead of the 6th of Garrett Maines. Mullins, by the way, only pitted 3 times, by the way, tonight, out of 5 stops and cautions, where everybody else has had 5 times to pit. So again, that is from Mike here and my producer in my ear. So again, Mullins only pitting 3 times. That able to take and bring him up to the 3rd place spot. Again, he started 3rd tonight. He is in the 3rd place right now, and he still has fresh tires in that number 2. Leader Barrett Bonner out front. Everybody cycles through. Matthew Lee in second. Mullins in third. I believe the top 3, like I said, Bonner and Lee, I believe, still have yet to pit. Mike, did you see Mullins pit, by the way? I'm not sure, but for some reason I want to say he did. Yeah, so I'm wondering right now, with as slow as he's going and as Baines go by him, I'm going to say Mullins is not making his fourth pit stop yet. So he's still got to get his money stop down, but he may have pitted late where he could extend this fuel run a little bit. Lap 142 is what we're on at the moment in time. Brett Bonner is our leader going down to turn 1. And again, he's got the 54, and that's Chris Baines right behind him. But Baines has got fresher tires than he does, and he's down a lap. He's about to get it back legitly. Without a lucky dog, he'll go down to the inside. Again, that'll give the 54 the lap back. Baines being scored right now in the 11th place position, but that'll all change. Raul Meza, by the way, in the 10th place. And he's just crossing the start-finish line. So as they cycle back around, that'll push Chris Baines back on the lead lap. Raul Meza is on the lead lap in 10th. And it looks like Chris Baines has got a ways to go before he gets back around. Our leader, though, the 20 right now, Brett Bonner, is still out there, and I believe he still has put that 20 down pit lane before the end of this race. I can't believe he's going to stretch it out. Oh, let's see, another 24 laps before we finish this thing. Lap 144 is what we're on. New leader, of course, all night long, been fighting to get up there, been doing a fantastic job, but as we see him, he is bringing it down pit lane as the next leader comes into suit, and that'd be the 04, Matthew Lee. I think Lee just jumped to the bottom as 2. Nope, Lee is still there on the front stretch and still going green. Right behind him, looks like the 2 of Derek Mullins is now on pit lane. That's the one that I seen dive down. I thought he pitted already. My apologies. Trying to cover every truck in this field, and obviously we're doing what we can right now as our best. And our new leader back at it, the 04, and that's Matthew Lee. Lee by now, I believe, still has to take his pit. And I'm watching Keffer go to the bottom side. Keffer with fresher tires in that 33 machine, and Keffer was 1 lap down. And as I see that, here comes Matthew Lee, and we'll cycle through, and guess who's going to be our leader again? The number 1 of Garrett Maines will cycle back through as the leader, as Navarro will take over second place spot, and that's at the line with on lap 146. Everybody getting back into position, except the new guy, by the way, the 83 of Brandon Gagnon. He went in first off the bat to get his tires, but he's holding on to got about 2 lap pressure tires than that 83 does. So the 83 is going to fall off ever so slightly. As we see right behind the 83, we got Derek Mullins coming back onto the speedway. He's going to be a lap down, shown in 12th position. The 83, though, Brandon Gagnon trying to hold on to that top 5, and Fulton right behind him trying to get to that top 5. Number 1 back up front, Garrett Maines still getting challenged by the 45. Everybody in his tracks. The 20 coming back out, trying to hold on to that lead lap. Bonner right now being flagged 1 lap down. If he can take and hold on to it, at least he'll try to be in the lucky dog position. He is in 11th place, top 10 right now, being showed on the lead lap. 10th being Matthew Lee, by the way, not a lap down just yet, but he's got to get that thing in gear, and these guys are going to catch up to him. Obviously, winding that thing back up before the leaders get to it is key. Garrett Maines to the high side again. And it looks now like Andrew Navarro has kind of lost a little bit of ground going down the backstretch, trying to follow the line of Maines. Maines in the first position. Jason Maines right behind them. And Jason Maines with a small challenge from the Eric Zimmerman. Zimmerman a lap down. Oh, look at Zimmerman to the bottom side of 04. Matthew Lee threading the needle. Matthew Lee still showed in 12th, but he's trying to get his lap back legitly. Some action back in 3rd and 4th, but again with a couple lap down cars. Looks like a huge challenge between Lee and Mullins there. A couple lap down guys. They're fighting to get back to the front to get around Garrett Maines, who is now just ahead of them going down to turn 3. So if you look behind them, obviously you see Sacco there on the bottom side. Sacco 3 laps down in 15th. But behind them, the 45, and behind the 45, I believe, did I just see them guys? Let's see here. Yep, behind the 45, we got Mullins and Matthew Lee trying to fight to get back up there. They pitted late. And of course, Matthew Lee with the damage to that Toyota machine on the front is trying to get his lap back as soon as possible. The Mullins machine gets around him. We'll take over the 11th place spot. Matthew Lee now in 12th. And Brett Bonner, by the way, in the 20 machine, is in the catbird seat for our lucky dog. He is in 10th place position, 1 lap down. And right now being shown on the lead lap, Jason Keffer in the 9th place position. He is the last truck on the lead lap. Back up front, though, again, we go Garrett Maines, Andrew Navarro, as we've said most of the night. Navarro, though, I'm not sure if he's saving his tires for a last chance effort, but he's not running it as hard as he did before. Garrett Maines was big challenge with him. By the way, as we see Mullins go to the inside, I'm sure Lee is going to follow suit to the outside here. Both of them looking to get their lap back, and they're going to probably do it if they keep on the road that they're on. Obviously, the 45 on the bottom, he is in second place, falling back about 10 truck lengths between him and the leader. Jason Maines, by the way, behind them in third. Jason Maines 3.5 seconds back to the leader. And that's the 43. That's the dad of the leader. That's Jason. Garrett being the kid. Garrett right now leading and then taking everybody to school tonight here at Kansas Motor Speedway. We're on the rough cam. The Michelangelo's painting rough cam have you, by the way, of the 43 of Jason Maines, who is in third place. Sorry, and Garrett Maines. I looked at that little arc there in the top. I thought that was part of a 4, but I stand corrected. That is on our leader of Garrett Maines there on the number 1 machine. Just a lot of clean and green out in front of him. A few lap cars. I believe that's Matthew Lee getting away from him, who got his lead lap back, by the way. Actually, I stand corrected. That can't be Matt. Matt is behind him. I apologize. That looks like Mullins ahead of him. And that's exactly who that is. Mullins has gotten his lap back, taking a hold on to him. He's got fresher tires than Garrett. Matthew Lee's in the same boat, but he doesn't have enough aero to keep that thing up the right full song, but he is trying. He's right behind this truck, the number 1 machine of Garrett Maines. Garrett Maines able to take and try to get back up through there with leading this race. Of course, 83 of Gagnon, who is in 5th place right now. Still got some fresh rubber. 9 seconds back to the leader. Everybody has gotten their cycle of pits in for this final run of pit stops. Matthew Lee gets around our leader, by the way, as well. He'll get his lap back, as well as Mullins. Mullins being scored 11th. Matthew Lee in 12th. They got to get up to Barrett Bonner in the 20th, who is still on the lead lap, in 10th. Everybody with fresh tires kind of cycling back around, getting around Garrett Maines. But keep in mind, Maines is a patient person, Garrett that is, as well as Jason, don't get me wrong. But Garrett takes his time, backs off in the corners, and he tries to save that truck for a long run at the end. And I think that's what Navarro's trying to do. But Navarro has fallen back to 2.2 seconds behind our leader, and he's getting a challenge all over the place back here. The 94 Zimmerman to the bottom side, as well as Sacco behind him, but it looks like the 45 says, I've got control of this track. Get out of the way, man. He'll go to the bottom side, still trying to keep up with our leader. 2.49 seconds now. That lead will be extended, and then to the top side, he'll go. The bottom Zimmerman will hold on to him, and it looks like Zimmerman's trying to get back up to get his lap back, but Zimmerman himself is actually 3 laps down. Trying to fight, at least for all it's worth, to try to get a few points back. Behind him, Sacco. Sacco, like I said, earlier run of the night, unfortunately, 7 laps down at this point, 16th place. A lot of damage with that 29 machine. He was involved in, I think it was the second caution of the evening. Sacco, though, able to hang on, try to get this race finished, at least take home a top 15 if possible, but Zimmerman is holding up for that. Of course, Zimmerman 3 laps, Sacco 7 laps down. Again, my apologies there. Kind of looking at Sacco. Oh, he hits the fence a little bit there coming off of turn 2, showing a nice little spark show. I think he's going to follow the 45 around at this point. 45, though, not sure what happened on that pit stop, but, dude, he is back to 2.9 seconds behind the leader. That's going to change here at the stripe. We get our new reading, and that goes up to 3.028. But, again, he's trying to hold on. Garrett is not falling off at all, though. He is right up there, up front, clean and green, and all he has to do is hold on for 10 more laps. That was last time at the straight. Last lap 158. Still holding on to that first place, way ahead of Andrew Navarro in second place.
Yes, Ray, anything can happen here, some of that. I know you've been doing a great job here commentating. We do have just a few laps left, 10, 8. But anything can happen these last few laps. And fans, thanks for joining.
Well, all the strategy for fuel has gone out the window. Jason Maines right now holding on to third. Derek Fulton behind him. That looks like it'd be about the only challenge, but they actually sit 4 seconds apart from third to fourth. Brandon Gagnon there in the 5th place position. He is 12 seconds back behind the leader, 2.5 behind Derek Fulton, who is in 4th place. Michael Jeans in the 08 machine, who is in place. He is 17 seconds back on the leader. When the pit cycles happened around, he pitted a little bit late. Got the walk. Top 5, he was able to hold on to 6 at this point. Raul Meza in the 37th. will be right behind him in the 7th place position. 21 seconds back behind the leader, and behind him, the 54 of Chris Baines, who is at 8th. And Derek Mullins in the number 2 machine, who got his lap back, is in the 9th position back on the lead lap. And rounding out your top 10 is Barrett Bonner in the number 20 machine. Everybody spread out quite a ways around this track. They'd have to have a pretty serious caution for anybody to get back together for a shootout at the end. Lap 161 is what we're on of 167, and we only have 6 laps to go. 35 and Navarro up there a little bit to the high side. He'll take a little bit of the fence with him as he comes off of turn 2. Scrapes it just a hair, able to hold on still to 2nd place. Obviously nobody around him with the exception of the 92 of Sacco, who is a couple laps down, make that 7. But everybody spread out oh so slightly, and the advantage obviously goes to our leader of Garrett Maines. Again, tonight there was a bounty out on the number 1 machine of Garrett Maines. Anybody that could beat him tonight at this track got a bonus, not only of $125, but $200, making the payout tonight $325. But again, nobody has been able to catch this guy. And Garrett Maines just doing the strategy field, as well as if you watch the consistency of his line. He has been fantastic all the way around this track, right down to the white line, right up to the fence, missing it every time, not one scratch on that truck. I don't even believe he's had a chance to use a quick repair. He's behind the 04 of Matthew Lee. Lee right now, by the way, still shown as 1 lap down, which I think he's going to get back next time around. I believe so. He got it back legitly. And again, Garrett just taking these guys to town tonight. Lap 163, down the backstretch we go.
Yes, Ray. And just so fans know, Garrett is in the top 20 all-time in the world on iRacing talent. So any of you guys watching this tomorrow on the rebroadcast, you're a serious hardcore iRacer, you look us up. You sign up. If you qualify, you'll be the one who can maybe capitalize on that $400 bounty next Friday night, live here on Max Speed TV.
Now keep in mind, if you look at Garrett Maines, I said 23rd, he started 20th. And here, racing, if you do not qualify, you still start in the back, but it's at random draw. So if there's 5 guys, they're going to put you at a point random that didn't qualify. They'll put you at a random point in the race to start, but you're always going to be starting behind the guys that took time. So again, no EOL penalty tonight. It will start him in the back. Regardless, still did a fantastic job to the front. He'll go. Garrett Maines leading this field, just keeping it up front tonight. Top 9 right now, still on the lead lap, and I'll read them through to you as we go. On lap 165, Garrett Maines obviously leading this field. Andrew Navarro in 2nd, at least 4 seconds back, almost flat that time at the line. Jason Maines in 3rd, the dad of Garrett. 4th is Derek Fulton, been working his way up to a top 5 all night long. Brandon Gagnon in the 5th place position. Michael Jeans with a little bit of a slight mishap early, obviously back to 6th, able to keep it in the top 10. Raul Meza in the 37 machine will be in 7th. Derek Mullins in the 8th position. Chris Baines is the last guy in the lead lap in the 54 in 9th. And Barrett Bonner in the top 10 in the 20 machine. Able to hold on to the top though. Here we go, lap 166. Next time by will be white flag.
Yes, right. Just so the fans know, the winner of the night, Garrett Maines, will be starting from the end of the line next Friday night. So fans, you've got all your chances. I'll let you call the finish there, Ray.
Yes, sir. White flag is in the air, and it looks like Maines will tap the wall with that right rear just a little bit. Not sure why he's overdriving it. Maybe just a little slip up. Nothing bad. Maybe a little spark show for the fans. He'll come down the backstretch. Matthew Lee all in tow, but a Matthew Lee 1 lap down. And again, Garrett Maines all alone. All he has to do is make the last 2 corners, and he brings it home for the 5th one of the season here tonight in the Josh White Esports Truck League. He'll come off at turn 4, and your winner tonight here at Kansas, the number 1 again of Garrett Maines. Navarro just coming off of turn 4. He'll come down at the stripe. Jason Maines will take it home 3rd. Derek Bolton in 4th. He's just coming down to the stripe again. Brandon Gagnon in your top 5. We'll take one more small commercial break. We'll get our interviews with our winner tonight, as well as our top 3, and we'll get the rundown of this race when we come back. Welcome back here to Kansas. Your winner tonight, Garrett Maines, just put them into school again. 5th win in a row tonight. Max Speed TV Victory Lane, brought to you by Over the Top Paint Designs. For one of your designs in iRacing, see Over the Top Paint Designs on Facebook. 3rd place, Jason Maines right now in the interview booth. Jason Maines, I'll tell you what, one proud father tonight in that 43 machine. Brought to you by the way of BruzyUSA.com. Check him out today. Again, 43, Jason Maines. I'll tell you what, man, a lot to say about your kid. He did a fantastic job. 5th race of the season, or 5th win of the season tonight for the number 1. What do you got to say about him?
Oh, it's amazing. Like I said, he came up stairs last night and showed me a line of running. I've done some races before on here, but on a cooler track, and we got here tonight, I was super tight. And just following him around the track, I took the whole race. I learned some stuff during the first half, how much tires made a difference, and I rode and saw if you could gain back or not. But no matter what, I couldn't run with him. He's, like I said, the hard work he puts in is, I can't say it's second to none, but I just know how much time he puts in this stuff.
Well, still not a bad job yourself. A top 3 is definitely the way to be. And, man, I'll tell you, you put on a show tonight yourself. But, again, dude, you were 9 seconds behind him. I mean, he was just gone like a rocket. So, again, here's your opportunity. Anybody you want to thank, and we'll take and talk to the kid here shortly.
Yeah, definitely got to thank Elliott Sadler Esports. All those guys over there put a heck of a lot of work and time in, and I get the luxury to work with them and learn. And I got to thank 101 CBD, Bradley Mechanical, Lennox Industries, and thank you guys for doing an amazing job broadcasting. And it's fun to listen to after the race. I go back and watch it every week so I can learn. So congrats to Andrew, and obviously congrats to Garrett. Amazing run.
Appreciate it. 3rd place tonight, Jason Maines. Oh, great run. That 2nd place we got in here, Andrew Navarro. Navarro, new guy tonight. 2nd place, first night out. Man, what do you got to say for yourself?
It was a lot of fun, a lot of clean racing. Everyone was really respectful, especially the lapped cars getting out of the way and stuff, which is awesome to see. I thought I would have had something for Garrett, but I took it too slow on my out lap and in lap, so.
Yeah, I was watching you towards the end there. You were kind of falling off. I wasn't sure if it was tire. I wasn't sure if it was fuel. But again, I knew you had a challenge for him the 1st and 2nd runs that we had, at least out of the pits. And obviously falling back there a little bit towards the end. Kind of tell us what happened there for a bit. Did it kind of fall off quick on you?
Yeah, I was trying to run the high line, which wears the tires more. But I was trying to catch him, trying to pass him around the outside. But Garrett did an amazing job today, so.
Hey, Andrew, I got a couple quick questions for you. This is Robert up here in the booth, racing with you. You were in 1 or if not 2 tryout races this week. Is that correct?
Yes.
And real quick for the fans who may still be tuning in, what were your impressions of the tryout races? We may be having 1 or 2 more this coming up week.
Oh, they're really fun. A lot of good people that came into the thing today to race, so a lot of fun.
And last question for you real quick, Andrew, before I hand you off and we go to the winner of the race. Who would you like to sponsor tonight, and what could you have done different, and what will you be studying this week to have the chance to win that $400 bounty next Friday night?
Honestly, I guess tire wear. Homestead is known for its tire wear and multi-groove racing, so we'll try to figure out something there. And thank you to everyone for letting me race and stuff, so.
Andrew, still a fantastic job. 2nd place finish tonight. You almost had a $200 bonus, man. Shot next week at Homestead for it. Anybody you want to thank for sponsorship-wise tonight? Because I really like that Eat Florida Watermelons truck.
Yeah, just eat more Florida watermelons. We definitely need the help with the economy down here, so please do.
Well, we appreciate you tonight, man. Again, Andrew Navarro. Again, first time on the track here at Josh White Esports Series Truck Series. 2nd place for the first time tonight. And we're going to get the man himself up here, Garrett Maines. Man, what can you say about this kid? Top 20 in the country in iRacing. Here he is racing with us tonight from 20th to 1st. Beat out the bounty on his head and still won the race. 5th time this season. It's your time to shine, man, if you haven't already tonight. Garrett, what do you got to say about yourself?
Man, I got really good on that pit entry on that last stop, and it just allowed me to pull away. I didn't expect to come out right behind Andrew. He'd been all over me the entire run. It's kind of a shame, we had a couple crashes there in the middle of the race that pretty much thinned the field out. But overall, it's a fantastic race. This was mimicking a cup package, in my opinion, and it just made it to where, it's hard to shake someone. So it definitely made it interesting.
Yeah, we were talking about the drafting with this, and I talked to Michael Jeans during mid-race report there, and he was telling me right out, he said the draft package actually came into a big play tonight. We were watching that ourselves, and one of the things that I believe it was Andrew that said, it was Andrew that said, he said the tires wore out more on the higher side. Was that kind of the same thing you were experiencing?
Yeah, for sure. I stayed away from the high side as much as I could when I was coming through the field, and then, that was mainly because everybody was running it, so when you're behind a bunch of people and you're going faster into the corner, and then you're just, sliding the fronts because you got no downforce because of all the dirty air in front of you, that was murdering a lot of people's tires. So, the bottom was a viable option for 3 and 4 for sure, but, you could make it work in 1 and 2 just to balance out, your losses and just, go at it again the next lap. I just kept doing that at the beginning of the race and, came to the field pretty early on, just kind of rode there in the top 3. Just, I was expecting a long run, but we got a couple cautions there, and it just, I was in the right place, right time, narrowly escaped some of the crashes, but got lucky. Boy,
coming through the field ain't the word for it, man. You flew through that field, and just when the cycle of the pit stops came through, I thought they would have a chance to get it back to you, but obviously with a little bit of a later pit stop than others. Matt Lee, unfortunately, involved in that one wreck, and you two usually put on a pretty good show, and I thought that was going to happen tonight. And just like I said, just a victim of circumstance. Matt Lee ended up in 11th, but I thought for sure he was going to get back to you towards the end. Didn't have the chance to, and I see he was kind of helping you a little bit towards the end to kind of win this thing. But with all that being said, again, 4.5 seconds actually ahead of Andrew Navarro on that last run. Now is your time to thank all your sponsors, man. You got the opportunity and the mic to do it.
Well, I just got to thank Smithfield, 101 CBD, Sim Seats, Strickland Hardy, all the boys at ESC, Michael Jeans, Blake Cisneros, Liam Brotherton, Vicente Salas, my dad, all the people that put in all the work over there. I know I'm forgetting somebody, and it's going to take me a second. But
take your time, man. You got all the time in the world.
But all the guys over at Richmond Raceway as well, and all their support. If you haven't checked it out, there's a video up on Instagram about how to get around Road America. Give that a like and a view on social media. It's under Richmond Raceway's pages or Richmond Raceway Esports, whichever one it is. But just a big thank you to everyone that makes this stuff happen. Obviously, Elliot Sadler over at ESC. But yeah.
Well, if you want to learn
there we go.
I knew it was coming. I knew it. So Seth Ryder, again, appreciate that, Garrett. And if you want to know you get your way around a track, this is definitely the guy to learn from here. Garrett Maines, again, your winner tonight in the Josh White E-Series Truck Series. Again, we'll go down to top 10 if you don't mind, Mike, or do you want to kind of skip on that and head on out? Okay, top where everybody finished. We'll get them up on the screen here for you. Of course, Garrett Maines there out front. As we get our lineup. There we go. Garrett Maines out front. Andrew Navarro in second. Jason Maines in third. Derek Fulton finishes fourth. Brandon Gagnon finished fifth. Michael Jeans there in sixth place. Raul Meza in seventh. Derek Mullins in eighth. Chris Baines in the 54 and ninth. Barrett Bonner in 10th. First truck a lap down, by the way, which is 10th. Matthew Lee in the 11th position. Jason Kepper in the 12th. Robin McFarland finished in 13th, starting at 16th. Nicholas Sacco in 14th. Michael Adamson in the 15th. Eric Zimmerman 16th. Brandon Bullock 17th, Andrew Hurley 18th, William Locklear 19th. Unfortunately, invented a little bit of a wreck there, 94 laps down. Ashley Dotson, our Aussie, in 20th, and Bill Smith rounds out our 24th. As everybody else, I joined earlier, so again, you see 22nd there, but you know what? I want these guys to run. I want to announce tonight, again, the Josh White Series Esports Truck Series here at Kansas. 167 laps in the books, 250 miles. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Over the top paint designs, Max Speed TV, Michelangelo's Painting in Arizona, as well as Lau Pedal Productions and Abruzzi Racewear USA. Your wear, your way. And again, next week we'll see you in Miami at Homestead Miami Speedway. Until then, I'm Ray Richer, our in-race reporter, Robert McFarland. The guy marking the cameras is Michael D'Amico from Max Speed TV and Ray Richer here at Kansas. We thank you and have a great night.
In the open road, Life and death in my own hands. I am my own judge.